What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are rebuilding the Cleveland Browns in Madden 25. The Cleveland Browns they're not a bad team on paper. Like, the O-line is good, tight end's good, receiver room is, below average. Running back is really good. It's just quarterback play. If they could just get a solid quarterback, they could be good. Like, you saw how they did whenever they picked up Joe Flacco and he played good. Like, that team was good. It's just they haven't had a good quarterback with consistent play. But this O line is pretty good. It's older. Like, Wyatt Teller's 30, Jack Conklin is like 31, 32. Joe Batonio's 32. So it's older, but it's good. David Njoku's 28, but he's really good. Nick Chubb's 28, but he's really good. See, the thing is, they have good players. They're just old, and the time it would take to develop a quarterback would be, maybe about 2-3 years, and by that time, these players are gonna be retiring. I mean, this old line would be in their mid 30s, 34, 35. Nick Chubb would be in his 30s, Njoku in his 30s. So that's the difficult part. This is just the offense, right? Now you go over to defense, and you have some players. I mean, you have Denzel Ward, Myles Garrett, JOK, some good players here. But once again, Myles Garrett is 28, 29 years old. Denzel Ward is 27. You know, these two, you got, you know, really good players here. But the time it would take to, get a quarterback developed and get a really good quarterback going, they're going to start regressing. And that's not even the biggest problem about this team. The actual biggest problem about this team is their salary cap. They have no money at all. And that is because of one man. Um, Deshaun Watson. He his he played good for a little bit, and not not great, but he played okay the first season with them, but then he tore his Achilles, and then he came back this year and then tore his Achilles again. Or I think that's what it was. He got injured, and then all the allegations and stuff. He hasn't been great, to be honest. So we're gonna have to get a quarterback and develop somebody because he's not the guy. Someone make a couple changes before the season starts, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm trading Dalvin Tomlinson, Ronnie Hickman, and Ethan Pokitz for Jordan Davis. Okay, I'm trading with Joe Batonio and a backup linebacker for Talisi Hufanga. Or not Talisi, but Telefonia. Or whatever his name is, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm trading away two backups for Ivan Pace Jr. Okay, I'm trading away Hicks, Hurst, and Thornhill for Walker. Okay, so I'm trading away some backups for Bryce Huff, a 5th and a 7th round pick in this year's draft. And I got a 2nd round pick for Jack Conklin. Okay, trading away to John Watson for a 3rd and a 7th. Okay, so this is what the team is looking like going into the season. O-line's definitely not as good, but it's younger. And then receiver room's the exact same. Quarterback, I just put DTR as the starting guy just because he's young. He's 24. He has some speed, something you can build off of. 87 speed is fast for quarterbacks. And then over on defense, linebackers looking better. Safeties looking better. Corners looking the same, and D-line looking better. Okay, so we are in 2-5 at the midseason, which is about what I expected. Re-signings: Nick Chubb, Talona Hufanga, Jedrick Wills Jr., Elijah Moore, Devin Bush, and then you got backups. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of backups after that. Okay, so let's see. Nobody wants to resign, which makes sense. I'll give Jedrick Wills Jr. Well, I want to give him a deal, but I really don't have the money to give him a deal. 3 years, 24 for Jedrick Wills Jr. And he takes it. That's all we're going to do here. Now we're going to go look at these stats. So, 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns to 16 interceptions with a 54 completion percentage. Only sacked 11 times. Nick Chubb, 315 yards, no touchdowns. And receiving 344 and 2 for Njoku, 300 and no touchdowns for Tillman, 235 and 3 for Moore, and 230 and no touchdowns for Jerry Jeudy. 4-3-2-1-1. Defense: JOK led the team in tackles with 56. TFLs is Garrett with 7. Sacks: 11 for Garrett, 3 for Hall, and then 1 for Davis, 1 for Huff. Interceptions: 2 for Hufanga, 1 for Newsome, 1 for Emerson. Deflections: Newsome and Emerson lead the team with 3 each. A fumble for JOK, Ivan Pace Jr., Grant Delpit, and Bush. Block kicks: 1 for Bush, safeties none, and touchdowns none. Okay, so Denzel Ward goes up to X Factor because he completed a challenge. That's awesome. Okay, so we finished 4-13. That is somehow not the worst team because of the Titans, the team that I just rebuilt previously. Playoff bracket, you have Bills, Eagles, with the first round bye. It's Chiefs, Dolphins, Steelers, Bengals, Colts, Ravens, Lions, Cardinals, Bucks, Niners, Rams, Vikings. And then looking at the stats and award, my guess for DTR's interceptions is 37. 31. Okay, 2,900 yards, 12 touchdowns, 31 interceptions, with 54 completion percentage and 38 sacks. Nick Chubb, 821 yards, 4.5 a carry, 6 touchdowns. I think Nick Chubb, he did good. Just that, like, whenever you have a bad quarterback, it kind of makes the whole team worse. Or just like, if you're only able to run it, then it makes, it's not as good. I don't really know what I'm saying. Almost 900 yards and 3 touchdowns for Njoku, 650 and 2 touchdowns for Jeudy, 650 and 3 touchdowns for Tillman, 530 and 4 touchdowns for Moore. Sacks: 12, 11, 7, 7, 1. Defense: JOK led the team in tackles with 124. Myles Garrett with 19 TFLs, 11 for Huff, 10 for Hall, 20.5 sacks for Garrett, 6 for Hall, 4 for Davis, 2 for Huff, and 1 for McGuire and Martin Emerson Jr. An interception, 3 interceptions for Hufanga and Ward, 2 for Delpit, and 1 for Emerson, Ford, and Newsome. Deflections: Greg Newsome led the team with 9. Fumbles: 1 for Pace, Delpit, JOK, and Bush. Block kicks: 1 for Bush. Safeties: none. Touchdowns: none. Yearly awards, we're not up there for Coach of the Year or MVP. Makes sense. Offensive Player of the Year, we're not going to be up there. Defensive Player of the Year, Miles Garrett wins it, which is great. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we have nobody up there. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Mike Hall Jr. wins it. Best QB, we're not gonna be up there. Best running back, we are not up there. Best receiver, no. O line, no. D line, Miles Garrett is first. Linebacker, no. DB, no. And kicker, no. So the Bills beat the Eagles 30-24. Josh Allen is Super Bowl MVP. Mahomes NFL MVP. Sean McDermott is Coach of the Year. Josh Allen Offensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett Defensive Player of the Year. Ladd McConkey Offensive Rookie of the Year. Omar Speights Defensive Rookie of the Year. So this is the team after the Super Bowl. Nick Chubb is down to an 85. Still has X Factor, but down to an 85. That's the only thing that really have it on offense. And then on defense, Mike Hall Jr. went up to Superstar. Denzel went up to X Factor during the season. And that is it. Okay, so you got Nick Chubb and Talanoa Hufanga, who we're going to give a very player friendly. Bump that up, and he takes it. And then I'm going to accept Jordan Davis's deal. Elijah Moore and Devin Bush, I'm fine with letting them go. And then Nick Chubb, I will give a franchise tag to. I will franchise tag him for 1 year. Because we should be much better in this year. Just for many, many reasons. Yeah, free agency isn't good. I figured that. Okay, so with my first pick, I'm going to go with Tyler Montague. Quarterback, he's pretty good. He looks pretty good in my opinion. Ranked 30, got him at 2. Hidden dev, not the fastest. 84 speed isn't bad though. 84 speed, 91 throw power, and his skills look pretty good. I mean, A deep, B medium, A short, A under pressure, A on the run, A break sack, B awareness, C play action. Yeah, he looked pretty good. Okay, I'm grabbing Alex Andrews. He looks pretty good. Round 1 to 2 talent. And we need an offensive lineman. Ranked 43. Got him at 34. Yeah, he looks really good. And I already know who I'm going to go and pick with my next pick. If he's still there, which I hope he is this center. Round 1 to 2 talent. Yeah, agile. Looks pretty good. And he's ranked 35, got him at 41, so he's actually better than the other guy. But they're both really good. Okay, I'm going to go with Jason McCain. He looks good. So I think this is who I'm going to go for. I need a receiver. Ranked 24, got him at 66, and he's normal dev. Tough. Okay, I'm going to go with Steve Parrish with my next pick. He looks pretty good. Nothing crazy. He just looks decent. 226. Okay, never mind. He is trash. Okay, I'm going to go with Rick Burgess or Burgess. He looks decent. Nothing crazy. Yeah, he looks pretty decent. Ranked 109. He's hidden dev. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Okay, I'm going to go with Trey Colbert. This is the last pick I'm going to take. He looks pretty good. Ranked 106, got him at 98. Okay, he's solid. Okay, so a pretty good draft. We got a 74, 73, 73, 74. And then the middle linebacker with a 66, then a 69 receiver, then a 69 linebacker, and then the CPU drafted some guys. Main one I want to look at is this running back that they drafted. Okay, he was 71 overall, but not that good, to be honest. And now let's look at the whole NFL. So best player was a 83, and then there was a 78, 77, and then some mid players. QBs, there was a 74, 73, 73, 72. We got a 74. And then some backup worthy QBs, to be honest. We got one of the most athletic QBs though. 86 speed was the most athletic one, and then we got 84 speed. So he is the most athletic. He's one of the most second most athletic QB, and in my opinion, the best quarterback in this draft. Okay, so you can see this team going into season 2 is looking pretty good. I mean, O line's looking good. Hopefully Montague can progress and to a good QB. Receiver room, Jerry Judy's pretty good at an 85 overall. Hopefully James and Burgess can develop. And the Nick Chubb, this is really just don't really have anybody good to start for this year, so we're just gonna have to ride it out with him at an 85 overall. Still has X Factor though. And then over on defense, safeties looking pretty good. Linebackers, good. Hopefully Colbert can progress from the normal dev he is into something pretty good. D-line's looking good. Corner's good. So looking good going into season 2. I don't know if we're ready to make no playoffs or anything, but maybe 8-9, 7-10, 9-8, something like that. Okay, so at mid-season we are 4-3, which is about what I expected. I was thinking about 3-4, maybe 4-3. Player negotiations. There are some important players here wanting to resign or needing to get resigned here. You have Njoku, Newsome, Ivan Pace Jr., Nick Chubb, Rasheed Walker, Martin Emerson Jr., Wyatt Teller, and then Corey Bajorquez. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. None of them want to come back, which is, except for Wyatt Teller, kind of, which definitely sucks. We have a lot of money, so we can definitely get some of these players back. We could get a Greg Newsome back for like a player friendly, hopefully, and he does take it. And then the Joku, maybe. I might wait till the end of the year because he's probably gonna regress some. I'm not sure if he's gonna regress. We'll give him a. I don't want to give him 5 years though. Yeah, we'll wait till the end of the year on him. Ivan Pace Jr. Player friendly. 6 years. Okay, he doesn't accept. Rasheed Walker, Martin Emerson Jr. I'll try to get Martin Emerson Jr. back on just a player friendly 4-year deal, and he accepts. Same for Walker, player friendly. I'll bump it up to 4 years actually, and he does take it. And then the rest of these guys I'll wait, except for Corey here. I'll give him 4 years. I'll give him 5 years. Okay, he doesn't really want to come back. Okay, that's fine. We'll look at the rest of these guys at the end of the season. So now it's time to go look at the stats. Okay, so looking at the stats, Tyler Montague is going off. Almost 1,900 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions with a 64 completion percentage. Sacked 20 times, so rushing Nick Chubb is not doing great. 270 and a touchdown. Ford actually got in for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Montague rushed for about 100. Receiving Judy 640 and 5 TDs, 550 and 7 for James. 302 touchdowns for Burgess, and then 220 and 3 touchdowns for Njoku. Sacks 8, 5, 4, 2, and then 0 for Wyatt Teller. Over on defense, Ivan Pace Jr. leads the team with sacks with 59. TFLs is Mike Hall with 6. Sacks 13.5 for Garrett, 3.5 for Hall, 2.5 for Huff, 1.5 for Davis, 1.5 for Pace, and 1 for JOK. Interceptions, 1 for JOK, 1 for Ward, and 1 for Hufanga. And then deflections, Martin Emerson Jr. leads the team with 4. Fumbles, 1 for Ivan Pace Jr. Block kicks, 1 for Garrett and 1 for Wheeler. Safeties, none, and touchdowns, none. So in the season 8 and 9, about what I expected. Yeah, we missed playoffs, go 8 and 9. Looking at the playoff bracket, it's Ravens, Panthers with the first round bye. It's Chiefs, Chargers, Jags, Steelers, Bills, Colts, Eagles, Niners, Seahawks, Giants, and Bears, Bucks. And now going to look at the stats. Tyler Montague, 4,000 yards, 34 interceptions, and threw a lot of, 34 touchdowns, but threw a lot of interceptions in this last half. He was only at 4 at the midseason, or somewhere around there. Now he's at 19 with a 63 completion percentage and 48 sacks. Rushing Nick Chubb was not great with 700 yards and 3 touchdowns. Montague with 280. Receiving Judy with almost 1,300 yards and 11 touchdowns. 965 and 9 for James. 796 and 6 for Burgess. 595 and 3 for Njoku. Blocking, you got 16, 16, 8, 4, 3. Ivan Pace Jr. led the team in tackles with 129. TFLs goes to Mike Hall with 17. And Myles Garrett with 30 sacks. 10 for Huff. 8 for Hall. 3.5 for Pace. 3 for JOK. 2.5 for Davis. So Myles Garrett broke the sack record. Interceptions, 4 for Ward, 4 for Newsome, 2 for Pace, and 2 for Hufanga, and 1 for JOK. Deflections, Hufanga led the team with 8. Fumbles, 1 for Pace. Block kicks, 1 for Garrett, Davis, and Wheeler. Safeties, and none. Touchdowns, none. Looking at season awards. We are not up there for MVP. Coach of the Year, we're not going to be up there. Offensive Player of the Year, Jerry Jeudy comes 10th. Defensive Player, of course, is Myles Garrett with those 30 sacks. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Quan James. Montague is 3rd, and then Burgess is 4th. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, we have nobody. QB, best QB, not up there. Running back, nope. Receiver, Judy is 6th. O-line, no. D-line, of course, Garrett's there in 1st. And then in linebacker, Ivan Pace Jr. is 7th. And then DB, Ward is 9th. And then kicker, nope. So the Panthers beat the Chiefs 35-33. Bryce Young is Super Bowl MVP. Lamar is MVP. David Canales is Coach of the Year. Puka Nacua Offensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett is Defensive Player. Quan James Offensive Rookie, and Eli Mills is Defensive Rookie. So looking at the offense, Judy and James go up to Superstar. Montague is star, and Burgess is star, and then Andrews is Star and Sherwood is superstar. And Nick Chubb regresses heavily down to a 78 overall. Yeah, not good at all. 40 regression points. Yeah, he's just not good anymore. Not at all. And then now going to look over on defense. Defense, only change I see is Mike Hall going up to X Factor. And then I believe everything else stayed the same. Okay, so you have really just two guys that I'm gonna try to resign. One in David Njoku, and then one in Wyatt Teller. So David Njoku is interesting. You know, he's 30, but he wants a long deal. He wants 4 years, 67.5 million. And that's just crazy. Now, if I want to get him back, I'm probably even gonna have to overpay him like a 5 year 100 million, which is even that he doesn't accept. Wyatt Teller, he kind of wants to come back. I'll give him a player friendly, bump it down a little bit, 2 year 22 mil. And I'm gonna have to franchise tag David Njoku because he's too good to let go. And then Jerome Ford, he's fine, but I can live without him. So looking at free agency, there are some interesting guys in here. None of them really want to come to our team, but I might see if I can pick any of them up anyways. Okay, only player I'm going for is Leo Chenal. And he's really good, and we should be able to get him here, and we do. That's huge. Okay, first player I'm going to pick up is Nick Barnett. Looks pretty good. Oh, yeah, he looks really good. And it's always nice to have another offensive lineman. Ranked 14, got him at 15, and he's hidden dev. Nice. Next pick I'm doing is Ricky Herring. We need a new running back, and he's a top 5 talent. Not the fastest. He's not slow. He's not like no speedy guy. 4.49 still, solid. And then skills look pretty good. He's a power back. He's 235, 5'10. Top 5 talent. Ranked number 2. Got him at 47 and he's hidden dev. 90 speed. That's really good. Okay, I'm going to grab George Stokes. I think this is going to be the last pick that I take in the draft. I'm going to let the CPU do the rest. But yeah, I'm going to grab George Stokes. Ranked 143. Got him at... Okay, yeah, that's trash. Okay, so the offensive lineman was a 75. Then a 77 running back. And then they grabbed some okay guys. But they grabbed a left out. This is a run stopper. 71 overall, normal dev. Okay, the rest of these guys I'm not even going to look at. Not even 70 overalls. And then looking at the whole NFL, highest overall player was a strong safety. And then it was our running back who was tied with a corner, free safety, and a corner for second. So yeah, really only one great player, and the rest of them were just good. And the QBs, you had a solid guy to the 49ers, another solid guy to the Cardinals, and then a good one to the Rams. Not too bad of a draft. Okay, so this is what the team is looking like going into year 3 of the rebuild. Not bad. Not the greatest. I mean, defense is really good. Offense is getting there. Montague hopefully can have a good year 2. Herring hopefully can have a good rookie year. His offensive line hopefully can do better. Receivers, hopefully they can develop some. And then over on defense, really, this defense, just a few players, if they can take a step forward. These linebackers are great. Safety's really good. Corners are good. D-line's good. So really just continue playing good. To be 100% honest. Okay, at the mid-season, we are 5-1, which is really good. We are the number 1 seed. There are some players ready to negotiate. Myles Garrett, David Njoku, Grant Delpit, Jordan Davis, Bryce Huff. And then some backups. So definitely would like to get Myles Garrett back. David Njoku, I would like to get him back. Grant Delpit, Jordan Davis too. Bryce Huff, I'm not sure on that one. But Myles Garrett, definitely want to give him an offer. I'll give him very player friendly, to be honest. And he accepts it. Grant Delpit, I'll give. Does he want to come back? Not really. I'll give him a player friendly. And he doesn't take it. I'll also give Jordan Davis a player friendly. They both don't take it, but they're really close. And I think that's all I'm going to do for re-signings for now. And then stats and awards. 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns, and only 1 interception for Tyler Montague. With 70 completion percentage and 9 sacks. Ricky Herring is doing alright. 334, 2 touchdowns, 3.7 per carry. Receiving Judy 450 and a touchdown, 378 and 4 for Burgess, 350 and 3 touchdowns for James, and then 290 and 6 touchdowns for Njoku. Sacks 222-1-1. Leo Chenal leads the team in tackles with 43. TFLs, Garrett and Davis lead the team with 6. Sacks 8.5 for Garrett, 8 for Mike Hall, and then a half a sack for Chenal, JLK, and Greg Newsome. Interceptions, Delpit with 2, and then 1 for Garrett. Myles Garrett with an interception, and then 1 for Chenal, Martin Emerson Jr., and Ward. Greg Newsome leads the team in deflections with 6, no fumbles, no block kicks, a safety from Myles Garrett, and no touchdowns. Okay, so Jerry Jeudy completed a challenge and went up to X Factor, which is huge. Okay, so we finished the season 12-5, so, we lose 4 games. We were 5-1 at one point. So we went 7-4, kind of a bit rocky last half of the season, but we pulled it together, ended 12-5, as the number 2 seed. We play against the Bengals in the wild card. It's Chiefs, Eagles with the first round bye. Browns, Bengals, Dolphins, Ravens, Texans, Steelers, Cardinals, Seahawks, Packers, Niners, Bucks, Lions. And then looking over on the stats, Tyler Montague, 4,300 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions, with a 71 completion percentage and sacked 31 times. Ricky Herring, 850 yards, 3.8 a carry, and 6 touchdowns. Receiving Judy with 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns, 880 and 8 touchdowns for Burgess, 870 and 5 touchdowns for James, and then 790 and 9 touchdowns for Njoku. Blocking 88652. Tackles, Chenal led the team in tackles with 114. TFLs goes to Davis with 14, then Garrett with 11 and 10 for Hall. Sacks, 23.5 for Garrett, 14.5 for Hall, 6 for Chenal, 4 for Davis, 2 for Huff, and 1 for Ivan Pace Jr. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Interceptions: 5 for Ward, 4 for Delpit, 3 for Hufanga, 2 for Newsom and Emerson, and then 1 for Chanel and Garrett. Deflections: Newsom led the team with 10. Fumbles: 1 for Ward, Hufanga, Chanel, and JOK. Block kicks: 1 for Hufanga. Safeties: 1 for Garrett, and touchdowns: 1 for Ward and 1 for Delpit. Now going to look at the yearly awards. MVP, we come 9th. That's a little low in my opinion. I was thinking maybe a top 5 finish. Coach of the year, we're 4th. Offensive player of the year, we sneak in there with Jerry Jeudy at 9th. Defense player of the year goes to Myles Garrett once again. Mike Hall Jr. makes it up there to 7th though. Offensive rookie of the year, Rick Herring is 2nd. And then Peppers, I don't know who this is. I guess 9th. Defensive rookie of the year, we have nobody. Best QB, we're 5th. Running back, we didn't make it up there. Receiver, 4th. O-line, nope. D-line, 1st and 4th. And then linebacker, 3rd. And then DB, 3rd. And then kicker, we didn't make it up there. Okay, so I want to play a little bit of this game. So I'm going to hop in and play the moments. Okay, we are in. And we have the chance to take the lead early on. So let's see what we can do here. Gonna get it off here for 5. I'm gonna go inside zone here with Herring. Okay, not great. Yeah, that's not great. We're gonna go for it though. Just because, like, why not? And it works out. It's a big gain. Okay. Burgess there. Takes off for a really good gain. Yeah, about 6 yards for Herring there. We're gonna go inside zone here. Should have bounced that outside, to be honest. I'm gonna run it back, I think. Just inside zone. It's gonna be 4th and 1. Gonna go halfback dive. Try to get this in here. And Herring is gonna push forward, get the first down. Alright, I hate whenever this happens. Just accidentally spiking. That happens to me more than I would like to admit, to be 100% honest. And it gets annoying. I'm gonna give it to Burgess there. Just for a short gain. I'm gonna go verticals. He dropped it. I should have Try to catch that differently. Try to slide down instead. I'm gonna make this catch. Get the first down. Burgess. 3 catches for about 35, 36 yards. Just guessing that off the top of my head. Alright, Herring 2 yards there. Rushing has not been good so far. Okay, Njoku there, 3rd and 1. But really, I don't like 3rd downs, but we're able to punch these and get the 3rd downs. Alright, end of the first quarter. Okay, we're gonna go SC corner. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't great. Flanker drive here. Alright, 3rd and 6. And we get the touchdown. There we go. Took long enough. And defense needs help. It is 2nd and 5. And this is a pass. Screen pass. It's 3rd and 1. So they could do anything here. Probably pat. No, they're gonna run this. And he's gonna stay up after the hit stick. And then they're gonna count that as a first down as well. That's kind of iffy. But okay. Okay, 2nd and 9. Okay, 3rd and 11. 2-minute warning is about to hit. Yep. Let's see what they can do here. It's gonna be a pass. Yeah. 5 wide. Fourth and inches. Oh, they're gonna go field goal. They're not gonna try to get the inches. Interesting. Of course, they make the field goal. They were on the 3-yard line. But yeah, definitely interesting that they don't try to get the inches there. Is that out of bounds? No, they're not going to count that as out of bounds. Okay. A good pass there. We're going to take off, get down to the 18. Gonna go a screen pass here, maybe? No. Okay, call a timeout there. Down to the 4-yard line here. And this is an easy touchdown there. Up 14-3 going into halftime. And it's a field goal here. I don't think that's enough. No, we have nowhere near enough kick power to make those kicks. Okay, we got the ball here, 3rd and 1. Gonna hand it off. Get the first down there with Herring. Yeah, rushing has not been our thing. But it happens. It's fine. Fumble. And they're gonna pick it up. Uh-oh. It's 4th down. They're gonna try to make it down the field here. Yeah, they're gonna have to move quickly, but they definitely gonna try to get fumble, and they pick it up. We just have nobody there. They got so lucky there. If we would have stopped, if we would have recovered that fumble right there, that would have been huge, but we had nobody right there. Yeah, they got to move pretty quick. A field goal will tie the game up. But of course, they're going to want to get a touchdown and win this game. A big sack. 2nd and 23. They're going to call their first timeout. And it's an interception. That is huge. Denzel Ward with the interception there to save our game. That is huge for us. So we're gonna run a couple plays here to end this game out. The Bengals are gonna call a timeout there. We're just gonna run here. Get about 5 yards. Bengals call their last timeout. Should have kept going outside there. Let this clock run. Fourth and 1 here. And just to shove it in their face, we'll go for a field goal. Get this. That might not be in. No, it's not. So can't even rub it in their face, but we win. It's not pretty, but we win. Okay, now we have the Texans who went 9-8 and are 87 across the board. Let's see if we can beat them. And we do beat them. We also won a weekly award. Mike Hall Jr. with 3 sacks and 9 tackles. Nice. So now we're in the AFC Championships game against the Chiefs, who are 90 overall, 91 offense, 89 defense. We're a 93 defense, 88 offense. But we're both 90 overalls. Madden's gonna give us the edge slightly. But this should be a good game. And we beat the Chiefs 35-34. So we're moving on to the Super Bowl against, who was it? The Lions. So we are in the Super Bowl against the Lions here. Let's see if we can win this game. Okay, we are in, and it's 3rd and 5 for the Lions. We're coming in here playing a little bit of defense. I'm gonna try to make a stop here. And that's just a horrible play that's all my fault there. I mean, the catch is not. They would have got the first down anyways, but them getting the touchdown is definitely my fault there. So, yeah, that's not good. Gonna get the first down there, down to the 31. Okay, it's 3rd down. Gonna run double cross here. Herring here is gonna get the first down. Down to the 19. They're gonna put us back in for the red zone alert. Gonna go double slants. See what we can get here. Not really seeing anything. I was gonna take off, but they had a QB spy on me. Gonna get 2 yards here with the quarterback. Down to a 3rd and 8 situation. It's not as bad. Not great, obviously, but better than the previous situation that we were in. And we're gonna get outside here and we're gonna take off with Montague, and he's gonna get the first down. And I feel like this is pretty open here. There's a flag, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. Offsides defense, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna accept it. First down here. I don't see it, but I do see that. We get the touchdown, and this is now a tie game. Defense needs help. This Lions offense is gonna be really hard to stop, to be completely honest. Okay, 2nd and 4. Ooh. That almost could have been PI. It's definitely a little bit physical there, but I guess not. 3rd and 4 now. I'm going to guess pass. And a screen, but he gets laid out and drops it. They're going to go field goal here. And only go up by 3. A minute and 10 left with 3 timeouts. Well, now a minute and 7. Yeah, a minute left. We're going to have to drive downfield and try to make something happen here. It's going to be tough. Okay, David Njoku is going to get out of bounds almost at the 50. Down at the 47. That's a PI. Pass interference defense. And we will definitely accept that. Getting us even closer where we need to be, down on the 35 now. So we are in field goal range. Gonna get it off to David Njoku once again. Call a timeout here. I'm gonna try a smash here. And Njoku, I think, stayed in there. That's a really good catch. So we're up 14-10. Big stop here if we can stop this. It's 3rd and 13. If we can stop them from converting this 3rd down, it would be huge. They're gonna get it. Okay, they are in the red zone now. Let's see if what we can do here. Nobody's open, and Jared Goff gets sacked. Alright, Jared Goff is still their QB, yeah. So Jared Goff gets sacked. It's 2nd and 23 on the 27-yard line. And it's not a great ball, but it's good enough. Gets them down to the 20. It's 3rd and 15. It's definitely going to be a pass here. Fourth and 7, probably. They're going to go for it, actually. Interesting. So if they fail this, then we might just be able to end this game. And I don't think that's it. Yep, we get the ball there. But they get it back. So he must have fumbled or threw an interception or something. Because they get it back on the 3. We stuff Jahmyr Gibbs though. Go for this. And he gets in there. 14-17. We need to get a touchdown here. Field goal puts it into overtime. Touchdown. We go up. And that's an interception. But he fumbles. And it goes into the hands of my offensive player. That's crazy. We just got saved. Whoever that was who just hit sticked him saved us. That's huge for us. Keeps us in this game. Oh, that was not what I was trying to do. We're going to take off with the QB. And we get the first down there. Okay. David Njoku there, getting the first down. Alright. Another first down there. I don't know what I want to run here. Throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. Could go PA cross here. I don't know about this play. This play is iffy. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's really bad. And here it's really good, and we get him for the touchdown. That's huge. And with almost no time here. Okay, well, it did the little glitch there. So, okay, they're going to go for it. Last play here. Yeah, this is their last play. They're going to have to go deep shot if they want to win this game. And it's almost intercepted by Grant Delpit, but it's not. We win this game. Tyler Montague did not play that well. 3 for 2 rushing. Ricky Herring did not play good. Receiving, fine. But Hayden Sherwood, in my opinion, should win it. I'm not even gonna lie. The offensive lineman, he should win it. Win the award. It's probably gonna go to Tyler Montague, but I think Hayden Sherwood, the offensive lineman, should win it. Didn't allow any sacks, and then forced a fumble to keep us in the game. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so we obviously beat the Lions 21-17. Tyler Montague is Super Bowl MVP. Lamar's MVP. Nick Sirianni, Coach of the Year. Lamar, Offensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. Zach Waters, Offensive Rookie. And Lucas Brin is Defensive Rookie. Okay, so looking at the team after the Super Bowl, Njoku goes up to X Factor. Teller goes down to star, not normal, to star. Obviously, Judy went up to X Factor during the season. Herring is star dev. And then Barnett is star dev. And then over on defense, dev trade upgrades, I don't see any. So I think everybody stayed at the same devs. Okay, so re-signings, we have a couple players. We got really the main guys are Jordan Davis, Bryce Huff, Grant Delpit, and David Njoku. We have 75 mil. Definitely want Njoku back. X Factor 90 overall, still really good. But we're gonna have to put a pretty big contract for Njoku here. So player friendly, 4 years, 76 mil. And he takes it. Nice. Now, Grant Delpit, I'll give. He doesn't want to come back. And same for Jordan Davis. Grant Delpit. I'll give him very player friendly and bump it up. 5 years, 80 mil. And he takes it. Jordan Davis, I'll give player friendly 118. And he accepts it. And then Bryce Huff, he wants to come back, but I wouldn't give him no like long deal. If he wants to kinda come back, I'll give him a 2-year, 28 mil. And he accepts. Nice. Okay, so free agency is pretty hot. Some really good players. Let's see who we can pick up. Okay, I'm going to go for BJ Ojulari. We didn't have a lot of money, and BJ, 25, 76 overall, pretty good. So, do we get him? No, we don't even get him. Okay, that's fine. I don't think I'm going to go for anybody then in free agency. I'm going to grab Christian Burks. Looks pretty good. fast, and it's nice to have a backup tight end, especially since, David Njoku is getting up there in age and is going to start regressing. 56, got him at 32, and he's normal dev. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take Lamar Hall. Looks pretty good. Not the fastest, but looks solid. Ranked 50, got 5, got him at 64, and he's good. Okay, so draft-wise, not great. 72, 72, and the CPU drafted some 60s. Looking at the whole NFL, best player with an 82, then an 81, and then some 70s. Quarterbacks, you had two 73s, a 72 and a 74, so some good. And then not so good until you get to Peyton Fowler. He is a dog, 77 overall. Yeah, he's great. So looking at the team after the draft, we got Hall on offense, and then over on defense, we didn't really get anybody that's starting or anything, and same for free agency, we didn't do anything. So not a lot of changes going into this next season. So at the mid-season, we are 3-4. Isn't great, isn't horrible. We could possibly bounce back. And some big re-signings here. Mike Hall, Jerry Jeudy, Denzel Ward, JOK, Jedrick Wills, Wyatt Teller, Tyler Montague's 5th-year option. Yeah, some big re-signings, and we don't have big money. So this is going to be definitely interesting. Yeah, I'm going to try. Mike Hall, does he want to come back? Not really. Jerry Jeudy does want to come back. I'll give Jeudy a deal, but he wants 4 years. That's a little much. I'll give him 4 years, bump it up. 4 years, 80 mil. And he takes it. Mike Hall, yeah, we don't have money for him. Denzel will wait. JOK, can we get him back? Does he want to come back? Yeah, he does want to come back. I'll give him 5 years, 125. And he accepts it. The rest of these guys we will wait on. And now, time to go look at the stats. So Tyler Montague, 1,700 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions with a 65 completion percentage and 12 sacks. Rushing, Ricky Herring, not great. 344 and 3 touchdowns and 3.5 a carry. Yeah, not great. Receiving, Jeudy with 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. 403 for Hall, 360 and 4 for James, and 304 for Njoku. Sacks, 43320. Tackles, JOK leads the team with 63. Jordan Davis leads the team with 5 TFLs. Mike Hall with 5 sacks, 4.5 for Garrett, 3.5 for Huff, and 1 for Davis. Interceptions, 1 for Chanel and 1 for Ward. Deflections, JOK leads the team with 9. Fumbles, 2 for Hufanga, 1 for Garrett. Block kicks, 1 for Delpit, 1 for Wheeler. Safeties, none, and touchdowns, none. I'm trading away some backups for a 3rd and a 6th round pick in this year's draft. We missed the playoffs with a 7-10 record. Looking at the bracket, it's Chiefs, Eagles with the 1st round bye. Bills, Dolphins, Colts, Steelers, Raiders, Ravens, Seahawks, Panthers, Vikings, Rams, Falcons, Lions. Now going to look at the stats. Tyler Montague with barely under 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions with a 67 completion percentage and sacked 30 times. Rushing, Ricky Herring, not great, 822 yards, 3.8 a carry, and 8 touchdowns. Receiving 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns for Judy, 980 and 9 touchdowns for James, 930 and 7 touchdowns for Hall, and then 630 and 6 touchdowns for Njoku. Blocking 10, 9, 4, 3, 2. Defense 132 sacks for JOK. I mean, not sacks, tackles. Mike Hall led the team with 12 TFLs. Sacks 17.5 for Garrett, 12.5 for Hall, 7.5 for Huff, 2.5 for Davis. Interceptions, Ward with 6 and then 1 for a couple people. Deflections, JOK led the team with 14. Fumbles, 3 for Chanel, 2 for Hufanga, and 1 for JOK and Garrett. Block kicks, 2 for Wheeler, 1 for Delpit. Safeties, none, and a touchdown for Ward. Now, going to yearly awards, MVP, we don't make it up there. Coach of the year, we don't make it up there. Offensive player of the year, no. Defensive player of the year, Garrett is 3rd. And then offensive rookie for the AFC goes to Lamar Hall. And then defensive rookie, we didn't have anybody. Quarterback, we make it 8th. Running back, no. Receiver, no. O-line, White Teller 10th. D-line, Garrett 2nd. And then Mike Hall 7th. Linebacker, no. And DB Ward 2nd. And then kicker, nope. So the Colts beat the Falcons 42-36. Anthony Richardson, Super Bowl MVP. JJ McCarthy, MVP. Nick Sirianni, Coach of the Year. Racey Rice, Offensive Player of the Year. Greg Rousseau, Defensive Player of the Year. Lamar Hall, Offensive Rookie. And Alex Gooden, Defensive Rookie. Okay, so looking at the team after the season, Wyatt Teller retires. David Njoku is starting to regress. And that's about it on offense. Hall is star dev. And then over to defense, Chanel goes up to X Factor. And Garrett and Ward are both starting to regress pretty heavily. And then Bryce Huff went down to normal dev and is regressing as well. Okay, so time for re-signings. So I'm going to try to grab Denzel Ward. I'll give him 2 years, 29. And he takes it. Leaves us with $40 million to try and re-sign Mike Hall. 6 years. I'll have to bump this down a little bit. 6 years. Okay, we can't do that. See how much we have to bump this down. Okay, what about very player friendly? 5 years, 220. Okay, he doesn't accept it. We could franchise tag him for 40 or 34 mil. Do I want Jedrick Wills Jr. back? I don't know. I could give him a 2-year deal, and I could live. If he wants to take a little less, 2 years, 16. Okay, he doesn't. So I'm going to franchise tag Mike Hall and let Jedrick Wills Jr. walk. Okay, so looking at the the free agency class, there are some good players, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick them up because I have no money. Okay, I'm not going to take anybody in free agency just because I don't have the money. Okay, first guy I'm going to take is Doug Bishop. He looks pretty good. He's around 1 to 2 talent, so this is a bit early. It's probably like 30 ranked, and we're picking him at like pick 11. But okay, yeah, ranked 29. He's hidden dev though, so he's good. Okay, I'm gonna take Derek Triplett with my 2nd pick in this draft. Rank 40, got him at 43, and he's hitting dev. Nice. Next one I'm gonna take is Ben Scott. Looks really good. And he's ranked 39, got him at 69, and he's also hitting dev. Nice. Okay, last pick I'm gonna take is Damian Tomlinson. The running back that we have, he's fine. Not great though. So I'm gonna take this guy, and if at midseason our running back's not doing good, I'll put him in if he's hitting dev. Ranked 87, got him at 75. He's normal dev, so probably not even gonna get any snaps. I mean, I'll put him at number 2, but probably won't start him. Okay, so left end is a 75, then it's 72, 74 guards. The running back was a 71, and the CPU drafted some decent players. A 70 right end, who's hidden dev. Okay, that's nice. Especially since Myles Garrett is getting a bit older, you know? Maybe once Myles Garrett retires, he'll be decent overall. And then a corner who's a 70 overall. He's a normal dev, though. Now, in the NFL, the highest overall player was an 80 safety. I really wanted to get this guy, Dylan Ziegler, but he was just going way too early. You can see he went with the first pick, and I just didn't have the capital to, move up there without having to give away too much stuff, in my opinion. Quarterbacks this draft, there was some solid guys. You had 373s and a 74. No, like, crazy guys, but some pretty good players. So this is what the team is looking like going into the next season. Barnett is getting a starting spot after being a backup for a couple of years, since of course Wyatt Teller retired. We have the rookie Scott. We also have Triplet, just in case anybody isn't doing good, we can put him in. The CPU drafted a blocking tight end. I have him at fullback. And then over on defense, we have Bishop starting at right end, and then Combs is a pretty solid backup for, if Garrett retires or, anything happens with one of the edge rushers, you can put him in. He's pretty solid. Okay, we're 6-0 at the mid-season. And looking at re-signings, there's some big guys here, but we are negative 58 in cap. There's Mike Hall Jr., Hayden Sherwood, Quan James, Alex Andrews, Rick Burgess, Jason McCain, Reggie Samuel, and then some guys that don't really see the field, and then Nick Barnett. So some pretty big name guys, but we can't give any offers right now. Now, stats: 1,500 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions with a 73 completion percentage and 14 sacks. Rushing 325 and 2 touchdowns for Herring. Receiving Judy 440 and 8 touchdowns, 350 and 4 touchdowns for Hall. 340 and a touchdown for James, and 210 and 2 touchdowns for Njoku. And then for blocking, 6-3-3-2 and 0 for Barnett. So I might end up changing Rasheed Walker out for the rookie. I'll see what I do there. Tackles, JOK leads the team with 33. TFLs, Garrett and Davis lead the team with 6. 8.5 sacks for Garrett, 3 for Davis, 3 for Hall, 2 for Bishop, and 1 for JOK and Chenal. Greg Newsome, 4 interceptions, 2 for JOK and 1 for Emerson. Deflections, Martin Emerson Jr. and Leo Chenal lead the team with 4. Forced fumbles, 5 for Chenal and 1 for Ward. Block kicks, none. Safeties, 1 for Davis, and no touchdowns. Okay, so we end 11-6. So we kind of went downhill. We went 6-6 in the last half of the season, right? Was it 6-6 or 7 something like that? We went somewhere around there. Basically, not great the last half of the season. Good enough to get a playoff spot against the Ravens as the 6th seed. Playoff bracket, it's Texans, Seahawks, Chiefs, Raiders, Ravens, Browns, Bills, Titans, Commanders, Lions, Falcons, Cardinals, and Vikings, Rams. And then over on stats, Montague 4,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions with a 70 completion percentage and 31 sacks. Rushing, 1,000 yards for Rick Herring. So he actually had a good season this year with a 4.3 yards per carry and 7 touchdowns. So he wasn't bad this year. And then receiving, Lamar Hall with 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns, 1,013 for Judy, 830 and 2 for James, and 510 and 4 for Njoku. Blocking, 12-8-7-2-2. Defense, JOK led the team in tackles with 108. TFLs, Davis with 18, 15 for Garrett, 12 for Bishop, and 11 for Hall. Garrett with 19 sacks, 9 for Hall, 6.5 for Davis, 6 for Bishop, 3.5 for Chenault, 2.5 for JOK, and 1 for Emerson. Interceptions, 5 for JOK, 5 for Newsome, 2 for Emerson, 2 for Hufanga, 2 for Ward, and 1 for Chenault and Samuel. Deflections, Newsome led the team with 9. Fumbles, 5 for Chenault and 1 for Ward. Block kicks, none. Safeties, 2 for Davis, and touchdowns, 1 for Ward. Going over to yearly awards, we're not the winner of MVP. We do come 7th, though, and then Coach of the Year, we don't make it. Offensive Player of the Year, we get 6th with Tyler Montague. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett is 3rd, and JOK 6th. Offensive Rookie, Damian Tomlinson comes 2nd. And then DeMarcus Crowther is 8th. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Doug Bishop is 2nd. And then Best QB, we're 2nd. Running back, we don't make it into the top 10. Receiver, Lamar Hall is 6th. And 8th for Judy. O-line, Hayden Sherwood makes it 9th. Myles Garrett comes 2nd for D-line of the year. And then linebacker goes to JOK at 7th. And then DB, Newsome 4th. And then kicker, no. Okay, let's see if we can beat the Ravens in the wild card round. Okay, so we beat the Ravens. Now we have the Texans in the divisional round. Okay, so we beat the Texans. We are now in the AFC Championship against the Buffalo Bills. Okay, so we beat the Bills 27-24, and it seems like we're going to have to go against the Lions in the Super Bowl. Interesting. So this means we have a Super Bowl rematch. Whenever we played them before, we did beat them there. So let's go ahead and look at their team really quickly. So find the Lions. So roster, they still have Jared Goff. He still has X Factor. He's still really good. Not elite, but a great quarterback. They don't have Jameer. Their starter is Chris Bush. They have Saquon as a backup, but Chris Bush seems to be their starting back. Receiving, they still have Amon Ra, and then they have 2 youngsters who are alright, an 80 and a 75. They still have Laporta, who's X Factor now. And O-line, they have a 79, 77, 92, 68, and 94. This 86th right tackle is probably starting at right guard, to be completely honest. And then D-line, they have a 74, 75, 88, and then 80. And then linebackers, they have 82, 84, 72. And then corners, Terrion Arnold's great at a 93. Chris Abrams' Drain is pretty solid at an 83. And then Ennis Rakestraw at an 81 isn't bad. But to be honest, I would probably start the rookie Martin Clifton if I was them. He's faster, taller, bigger, and 4 years younger. Safeties that have Kirby Joseph at free safety and Brian Branch at strong safety still. So this team is still really good. I don't know if they're better than us, but still really, really good. So I am going to play the moments, but before that, we will look at the roster. Okay, so looking at the team, Njoku goes down to superstar. I don't think anything else happened on offense other than Scott being a star dev. And then we still don't know what Triplet nor Crowther are. But this offense looks really good at a 92. And then over on defense, Ward goes down to superstar. And Bishop is a star dev. We still don't know what Combs is. And Newsom goes up to superstar. Nice. Okay, let's play the moments. Okay. So we are going to get to go in the first quarter with 3 minutes to go on the 48. It's 3rd and 9 for the Detroit Lions. Let's see what we can do there. Yep, this is a pass, but it's a play action pass, and Jordan Davis gets there with the sack. Red zone alert here. Let's see. Okay, David Njoku can get the first down there, which is huge for us. We're going to try to run this with Herring. This could get blown up. We're going to hope not. We're going to bounce it outside. Tried to cut back in. We lose a yard. Could go another inside run. Don't really like this here. This look. David Njoku diving catch. Down to the 3. We're going to go inside zone and try to punch this in with Herring. And we're going to get down to the 1. And try one more time here with Herring. And he gets in there for the touchdown. We go up 7. And we get another chance before halftime to go up with some more points. And we're going to get down to the 2. Call our first timeout. We're going to go inside zone here with Herring. And he's going to punch it in for the touchdown. We're going to go up by 2 touchdowns going into halftime. No points scored on. Okay, 4th quarter, and the Lions are backed up pretty far, and they're gonna go for it. So let's see what they do here. They're gonna go for the pass, and nope, just barely short of the first down, and now we are in the red zone here with the chance to go up even more. Herring's going to juke inside, get 6 yards. Not bad. Don't really know. I'm going to go with this play, see if somebody can get open. Montague is going to try to take off. Nope, I don't see it there with the run. We're going to go mesh spot. Looking for Hall or Njoku. We could even look for James here. And Hall gets in for the touchdown, going up 21-0. They're going to go for it on 4th down once again. Definitely a pass here. And he catches it. Claiborne there. They get 6, so they must have went for the 2-point and lost. Okay, onside kick is messing up and not letting me choose a play for it. I don't even I don't care about the onside kick, whatever. Here, 3rd and 5, we're trying to get the first down to try to end this game, and that's gonna give it to us. They're gonna call their timeouts. Alright, it's 2nd and 3. We're gonna run this ball, just trying to waste the clock down. Let's see. We're gonna go with mesh here. Mesh spot. Alright. We're gonna try to get the first down here. And if we do, this game is over. Down to the 7. Okay. I might try to go for the touchdown just to make this game look even better for us. And we're able to get in there, go up 28-6. And the Lions are going to go for it here on 4th down, just to try to get some pity points. And it's intercepted. Nice. Good for the stats. Very good for the stats here. Who's going to win Super Bowl MVP is my question. Probably Montague. It could go to Ricky Herring, though. Denzel Ward. Probably not. It's probably gonna go to Montague. Could go to Ricky Herring, though. Okay, so we obviously beat the Lions 28-6, and Ricky Herring is Super Bowl MVP. Mahomes MVP, Victor Price. Coach of the Year, Rashee Rice. Offensive Player of the Year, Dion Henley. Defensive Player of the Year, Terrence Claiborne. Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Zach Osgood, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, so looking at the team after the Super Bowl, Njoku regresses heavily down to an 83. Still superstar, but down to an 83. You got Judy regressing down to an 89. Crowther is an X factor. Interesting. Then over to defense. Linebackers great. Safety's great. Obviously, Denzel Ward regressing. Myles Garrett regressing. But other than that, team looks pretty good. Okay, so looking at re-signings, there is a lot of players that we want back, but not a lot of money. I was only able to clear up to 28 mil. So we are gonna accept Nick Barnett's 5th year. And we're gonna start off with Hayden Sherwood. We're gonna give him a player friendly. We'll even bump it up to 5 years, 70.5 million. And he does take it. And then Quan James, we'll give him 4 years and bump it up just a tad bit. And he doesn't take it. Okay, then if he doesn't take it, I'll go for Alex Andrews. Actually, we don't have money for him. We could go Rick Burgess. Pretty solid. But I think I'm good. I think I'm just going to franchise tag Mike Hall, because he's the main guy that we need back. So I think franchise tagging him is the smartest idea, in my opinion. Because he's right now the highest overall on our defense at a 98 because Garrett's like a 94, 95, and then our best corner is like an 80 something. So yeah, I believe. And then Leo Chanel is 93. So yeah, really good team. But yeah, I'm gonna franchise tag him, bring him back for another year, and I think that's gonna be it. So looking at free agency, there are some pretty good players. No, like crazy good to be honest. So you have Max Crowder. He's really good, but only star dev. Same for Trent Terry, and they're both 26. I don't even know why I'm looking though, because we have no money. Okay, I am gonna draft this running back, Ben Iglesias. Looks really good. He's a top 5 talent. Round 2 to 3 pick, but a top 5 talent, ranked 4th. Got him at 32. Okay, I'm gonna grab Sean Steen. Looks really good. Round 1 to 2 talent. I'm gonna pick him up here with pick 64, and he's ranked 43. Hidden dev, nice. And the last pick I'm gonna take is Daryl Stafford. Looks pretty good. Pretty like the fastest tight end in this class with some solid skills. Ranked 197, got him at 96. Okay, he's actually trash. The draft recap: the running backs is 77 and right guard 73. The tight end was a 66. Going over to the whole NFL, the best player was an 84 corner, then an 81 running back. I was looking at this guy too, Steve Vance. He also looked pretty good, but he went way before our pick, and I was not trading up just for a running back. And Caleb Myers also looked really good. I just like power backs a little bit more, like personal use. Like if you can find a pretty fairly fast running back like 90 plus speed power back, I like that. And then looking at the quarterbacks this draft, you got a 71, 72, 71, a 70, a 75. So you had two good quarterbacks, and then the rest were just solid. Okay, so looking at the team after the off season, we have um Iglesias, which I'm tempted to start, but Herring actually had a good year last year. So I'll see mid season if Herring's doing good, I'll keep him in, but if not, Iglesias is going in. O line, we have Steen to throw in if any of these guys aren't looking good at the midseason. I'm really worried about Triplet because I moved him from left tackle to right tackle, but hopefully he'll do good. Receivers, Hall and Judy are great. Hopefully Ellison can be good. He's 24, but he's 6'3", 91 speed. So he's not a rookie. He's been in the league for 3 years, but hopefully he can do decent. And then on defense, nothing changed. The CPU drafted a hidden dev D tackle, but he's only a 64 overall. And other than that, the defense is the exact same, just a couple progressions and regressions. Okay, so we're 3-3 at the mid-season, which isn't bad, isn't great, but it makes sense. We are worse than we were last year, and we have some major re-signings, and a lot of them too. So we'll have to see what we can do. With only 18 million too is a problem. We got to get Tyler Montague back. Mike Hall is very important. Ricky Herring's very important. We do have another running back, so maybe. Talanoa Hufanga has been great. Martin Emerson Jr. is a solid corner 3. May even be the number 2 after this year if Denzel Ward retires. Rasheed Walker is a great tackle. And then some backups here. So let's see who we can get back. I know we're not going to be able to afford Tyler Montague, nor Mike Hall. Ricky Herring maybe, but I kind of want to wait on the end of the season for him. And the rest of these guys, I'm probably going to wait. So, okay. Okay, not a great year for quarterback play. 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions for a 73 completion percentage and 10 sacks. Rushing Ricky Herring not doing great with just under 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then receiving 405 touchdowns for Hall, 370 and 2 for Judy, 280 and 1 for Ellison, and 160 and 2 for Njoku. Blocking, you have 5-2-2-1-0. And then JOK led the team in tackles with 48. TFLs is Garrett with 8. Sacks, 10 for Garrett, 4.5 for Bishop, 3 for Hall, 1.5 for JOK. Interceptions, 2 for Hufanga, 1 for Chanel. And pace, deflections, Emerson led the team with 5. Fumbles, 1 for JOK, 1 for Chanel. Block kicks, none. Safeties, none. Touchdowns, none. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Ravens. Okay, so we beat the Ravens 45-24. Now can we beat the Texans? And we beat the Texans 24-6. Now can we beat the Raiders in the AFC Championship? Okay, and we beat the Raiders 27-22. So we're going to the Super Bowl, which means I'm going to play the moments and we're going to see if we can make a difference. But before that, we are going to look at their roster and our roster. So we'll go straight to NFL rosters and go to the Rams, I believe is who we're going against. They have a 99 QB, an 86 running back in Kyron Williams. They still have him. Receiving, they still have Puka, who's a 99. They have an 84 receiver and then a 79. And then tight end, they have Brenton Strange, 82 overall. O-line's an 89, 87, 86, 87, 77. So every position except for the right tackle is really good. D-line, they have a 99 Hutchinson, a 90, and an 83. And then linebackers, they have a 96, 95, 82. And then corners, they have a 90, 81, 81. So that's, they have a good corner 1 and then 2 solid corner 2s. Not very fast, but, pretty decent. And then safety, 82 and 88. So this team is definitely going to be a tough one to beat. So looking at the team, on offense, I see that Iglesias is an X factor. And since Herring didn't do good this season, and I'm pretty sure he wants to get paid pretty soon, we might let him go and start Iglesias. Nothing really else happened on offense. And then over on defense, there's no changes, I don't think. Everything seems to be the same. So yeah, I think it's time to get into the game. Okay, we are in. And it's 3rd and 1 here. We're going to go halfback zone weak. We'll just go inside zone. Here, we need to get 1 yard here with Herring. And we get the 1 yard. That's all we needed there. That's huge. Red zone alert. Okay, let's see what looks good here. We'll go for this here. And we might just take off with Montague. And he's going to take off to the end zone and get the touchdown with his legs. Remember, he has 84 speed. He's not slow. He can take off. So, that's huge, going up by 7 and getting another chance here. 3rd and inches. We're going to juke inside and get down to the 24. We're going to get to play again here with the ball on the 18. It is 2nd and 4. And here we go. We're going to get it off to the backup tight end. Get it down to the 8. And we're going to see if we can get in here. With Njoku, he drops it. I mean, he is getting older, but still we expect him to catch that there. I mean, that's a wide open ball. And he just drops it. That is not good. We just have to throw it away there because we get hit as we go to throw. We're going to drive. That really sucks, Njoku dropping that pass, because that could have been touchdown there. But Njoku's going to come back in and get the touchdown there with the catch and trucking into the end zone. 2-minute drill. We have another chance to get some more points. Down on the 16. We're gonna launch it here. I don't see anything though. Yeah, not really seeing anything. I'm gonna go under here. Nope. I'm risking this here. I'm definitely gonna pass. Gonna go for a backs cross. I like this play. Looking for Njoku here. Or even Jerry Jeudy, but David Njoku looks to be open and gonna get around. Gonna bump into Jerry Jeudy there some. But it works out, makes the catch. Gonna see, I don't see anything. Just gonna throw it away. We're gonna see if we can get a field goal range. We have 14 seconds and a timeout left. So we'll go 4 verticals. See if this looks promising. Maybe. We'll see with the releases here. If anything looks promising. No. Interception there. Shouldn't have thrown that ball because they are now in field goal range. And they are going to get a field goal there. And they're catching up. It's 14-18. That just created a downward spiral for us. We were up by 14 going into halftime. And we just let up a ton of points. Wait a minute. Whoa. I'm challenging that play. That was definitely a first down. Wow, they're gonna keep it ruled as not a first down. So I have to make this play here. Make the catch, and he does. Nice. Now I'm gonna go back to whenever it lets me. Go back to the normal key moments here. I'm gonna jump back in anyways on this play. David Njoku here for about 7. Okay. Back to David Njoku, open once again and gonna truck forward about to the 4-yard line there. 2-minute warning should hit. And we could try to chew this clock. Which might be what I do here. I'm gonna get down to the 1. Gonna try to chew this clock as much as we can. And we're able to get in there. They have 1:16 and 3 timeouts to get a field goal. We're going to stay on Chanel here. You know, guess pass, since obviously it's going to be a pass. Okay, they're going to call their first timeout already. They are at the 41 though. So they are already making good progress there with about a 10, 11 yard gain. Do they get out of bounds there? I think it's going to count them out of bounds, which is definitely good for them, not so much us. Okay. They're down to the 45 now. They're calling their second timeout. Okay, if we can keep them to the field goal, this game goes into overtime and we would still have a chance here. And we get the sack, backing them up a lot. Myles Garrett there, huge. They call their last timeout, and Myles Garrett has X Factor. You got to be careful with that. That's dangerous. He's going to throw it away with 45 seconds left, and it's 3rd and 22. Fourth and 8. They're just out of field goal range, and the clock is running. They're going to go for it here. They're going to go for this field goal from the 43. Can their kicker make this? From the 43, it's up. And it's good. No way. Their kicker makes the kick. It's now overtime. And we need to do everything in our ability to win this game here. Okay, we're going to get 6 yards there. See, I'm still on 2 clock. I did forget about that. I will take us off of that. Go back to normal. Gonna run it here with Herring. Hopefully we can get some decent blocks. He's gonna stay up, but we lose a yard, which is not what you want in this situation. Make the catch, and he's gonna stay up, and he's gonna start running down to the 20-yard line. The backup tight end there, Burks, I believe is his name, with a huge gain. That is amazing for us there. As long as we don't make a major mistake. Jerry Jeudy deep. Should have threw that ball a little bit earlier, and that may have been open. I just waited too long there. Gonna take off with Montague for 5 yards. It's 3rd and 5. We really want this first down here. And we're gonna go levels. I don't know if this is the play, but we're gonna hope. We're gonna hope that it is. We're gonna take off with Montague, and he's gonna fumble, but we pick it up at the 2-yard line. Oh my goodness. We're going to go halfback dive and try to get in here with Herring. And it's some decent blocks, but we just can't dive quick enough. We're going to have to call timeout here because, you know, the thing happens that I hate whenever it happens, but accidentally, whatever it's called, spike the ball. Yeah. I accidentally spiked the ball. And we're going to get in with Herring. But there is still a chance that the Rams can go score, but they don't, and we win this Super Bowl 28-21. That is insane. We win the Super Bowl 28-21. That is absolutely huge for us. and we'll get to see who Super Bowl MVP is. My guess, I really don't know. You could give it to, I don't know. I mean, on defense, nobody really played spectacular. You did have that one forced fumble. Could give it to Leo Chenal. It's probably just going to go to Tyler Montague, to be honest. He ran for 36 and a touchdown and threw for a touchdown. Did throw an interception. That was my fault, though. So, yeah, if anybody wins it, I think it should be Tyler Montague. You know, he was just the best all around. So, of course, we win the Super Bowl 28-21 against the Rams. And Tyler Montague wins Super Bowl MVP. J.J. McCarthy, MVP. Matt LaFleur, Coach of the Year. Rome Odunze, Offensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett wins Defensive Player of the Year. Lionel Hendricks wins Offensive Rookie. And Doug Payton wins Defensive Rookie. Oh, looking at the team after the Super Bowl, Tyler Montague is still really, really good. I might end up starting Iglesias over Herring this year. Njoku is regressing heavily. He might actually retire, being 78 overall and 34. He's won 3 rings. That's pretty good. Like, in my opinion, you win 3 rings, you're 34, 78 overall. You probably retire at this point. I mean, Burks is the same overall as him. O-line's looking great. Receiver room, we do need to pick up a receiver because Jerry Jeudy's getting older and starting to regress. Hall is still really good, but we need a good number 3 guy. And then over on defense, you do have some regressions. No big progressions, to be honest, but you do have some regressions. Safeties regressing, corners regressing, Garrett regressing. So yeah, some big regressions, but we do still have some really good players on this defense and offense to hopefully keep us in playoff runs and even Super Bowl runs as well in the next couple of seasons. Okay, so I did end up releasing 2 players. Y'all might be mad because I released Grant Delpit. He was 31 and 79 overall. And then I released David Njoku, who was 34-78, but he was superstar. But I did that for money reasons because we need to get Mike Hall Jr. back, okay, to a 5-year, 220 mil. And then that still doesn't even leave us with enough to get Tyler Montague back unless we get him on a freaking franchise tag. So we have to choose between some of these other players that I don't want to lose. You have Christian Burks. I'm not accepting that option for him to be a backup tight end. He might end up starting just for this year, just because we don't have David Njoku no more. But don't really care. Denzel Ward, don't think I'm gonna bring him back. He's 33, 84. You might have him for one more season, but he's not great. And Rasheed Walker, he's good. Martin Emerson Jr. doesn't want to come back. And Talanoa Hufanga. I'm not going to bring Ricky Herring back. So you could try to bring one of these guys back. Maybe both. No, you're only going to be able to get one back. You can either get Talanoa Hufanga and maybe Martin Emerson Jr. both back. Or just Rasheed Walker. But we have an offensive lineman, a guy that I can replace already ready. But I think I'm going to pick up Talanoa Hufanga and Martin Emerson Jr. So I'll give Hufanga 3 years, 27, and he takes it. And then Martin Emerson Jr., if he'll take it, I'll give him 2 years, and I'll bump it up a little bit. 2 years, 12 mil. And that's probably all there. Unless Denzel Ward, maybe. Give him a 1 year, 7 mil. And he actually takes it. So, and then I'll franchise tag Tyler Montague. I'm not gonna make y'all sit here for me to bring these numbers down. I will come back right back. Okay, so now we are gonna franchise tag Tyler Montague. Very expensive 1 year, 68 million. But you know, that's what we had to do. So free agency, there are some, pretty decent guys, but the two of the top three guys are both guys from our roster, Ricky Herring and Rasheed Walker, which we're not going to be able to get anybody from free agency anyways. But I'll let y'all see just for now, just to see who's all in here. I'll show you where we obviously don't have David Njoku anymore because we cut him for salary cap purposes, and same for Grant Delpit. Okay, with my first pick, I'm going to go with Denzel Hayward. Pretty good, and we need a safety. I'm just hoping. I don't have him scouted. Ranked 89, normal dev. He's going to have to start. I'm going to go with Quincy Parnell next. Really good receiver here, and we can always use another receiver. Ranked 38, and he's normal dev. Wow. The last pick I'm going to take is Max Boyer. Looks fine, fast, and has some pretty good skills, or a chance of having some good skills here. Rank 33, got him at 96, and he's hidden dev and he's fast. Nice, a good replacement for David Njoku. The draft recap, we had some good draft picks. I mean, the safety was a 72, 74 receiver, 74 tight end, and the CPU drafted a 73 corner, who's normal dev, but nice, especially since Denzel Ward's getting older and just the corner group in general is getting older. He can be a nice maybe number 3 in the future. And then going to look at the whole NFL, the best player was an 81 receiver, and then there was a couple more receivers that were pretty good. I was looking at some of these tight ends here, and I think Ryan Callahan was the main one that I was looking at, and he was really good, as I expected. Just didn't fall to me, which sucks. And then looking at QBs, you had a 72, 71, 74, so some solid guys, but nobody that really stood out. 74 being the best one, and he was drafted the very start of the second round. Nobody drafted in the first round QB wise. So, nobody great, but some solid guys, So going into this next season, the offense and the defense a little bit worse, but younger in general. Some younger talent here and there. O-line is about the same. Triplets just I moved him from right tackle to left tackle and moved Steen to right tackle. You have Boyer as your new tight end. This tight end room actually isn't bad. Burks is a solid tight end. Crowther's a great blocking guy. And Boyer, speedy, vertical threat type guy. Receiver room is still really good if Parnell can develop. Maybe get a depth trade by winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Iglesias, we'll see how he plays with his first start. And Montague, of course, he's great. And then over on defense, you have Hayward starting. Hopefully he can develop, maybe win Defensive Rookie of the Year. And that's about it on defense. Okay, wait. I'm getting an offer for Christian Burks here. I wasn't even looking for a trade right now, but the Packers are willing to trade me Jimmy Carter, a strong safety, could move him over to free safety and a 7th round pick. I'm going to take that. Okay, we are 4-3 at the midseason, with players ready to negotiate with a lot of money. First person we're going to have to try to get back is Tyler Montague. He does want to come back. We'll give him player friendly Even bump it up a bit. 5 years, 310 million for Tyler Montague, and he takes it. Nick Barnett, Lamar Hall, Greg Newsome, Denzel Ward, Chase McLaughlin is our kicker, and then Jimmy Carter and Doug Bishop options. So Chase McLaughlin, I'm fine on not re-signing him. Some backups, Denzel Ward will wait on, Greg Newsome will wait. Lamar Hall, I would like to get back. And I'd also like to get back Nick Barnett. Don't know if I can afford both of them. Nick Barnett wants to come back now. So I'll give him 5 years, 66. And he takes it. And let's see what we can give Lamar Hall. We'll give Hall 4 years, 64. And he takes it. Okay, I think that's all we're going to do on re-signings for now. Until the end of the season, we'll see after regressions and stuff, because most of the other players are quite old. Tyler Montague, 1,900 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions, 69 completion percentage, and 25 sacks. Rushing, Ben Iglesias, 330 yards, 3.9 a carry, and 4 touchdowns. Receiving, Quincy Parnell, 670 and 8 touchdowns. 480 and 7 touchdowns for Judy, 300 and a touchdown for Boyer, and Lamar Hall 270 and a touchdown. And then blocking, you have 8, 6, 5, 3, 1. Defense, JOK leads the team in tackles with 60. TFLs, Davis leads the team with 11. Sacks, 3.5 for Garrett, 3.5 for Hall, 2 for Bishop, and 1.5 for Davis. Interceptions, 1 for JOK, 1 for Chanel. Deflections, Chanel, Newsome, and Ward lead the team with 4 each. Fumbles, 1 for Emerson. Block kicks, none. Safeties, 1 for Davis, and no touchdowns. So we finished the season 13-4, only losing 1 game after the midseason point. We are second in the AFC, right behind the Raiders. Looking at the playoff bracket, it's Raiders, Vikings with the first round bye, Browns, Colts, Bills, Dolphins, Jags, Steelers, Cowboys, Giants, Seahawks, Rams, and Saints, Packers. Then going to look over at the stats, Tyler Montague, 4,500 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions with a 70 completion percentage and 49 sacks. Rushing, Ben Iglesias, 940 yards with 4.1 a carry and 11 touchdowns. Receiving, 1,300 yards and 17 touchdowns for Quincy Parnell, 1,214 touchdowns, 1,200 yards and 14 touchdowns for Judy, 830 and 3 touchdowns for Hall, and 690 and 4 touchdowns for Boyer. So Quincy Parnell definitely should get a dev trait for this. And Jerry Judy had a great season too. Parnell might even win Offensive Player of the Year, to be completely honest. Averaging 15.7 per reception. Only 84 receptions and 1,300 yards is crazy. Blocking, 17,9,884. Defense, JOK led the team in tackles with 128. TFLs, 21 for Garrett, 19 for Davis, 18 for Hall, 13 for Bishop. Sacks, 15 for Garrett, 10.5 for Hall, 7 for Bishop, 3 for JOK, and 2.5 for Davis. Interceptions, 4 for Newsome, 3 for JOK, 2 for Carter, and then 1 for Hufanga and Chanel. Deflections, Newsome and Chanel led the team with 7 each. Fumbles, 3 for Carter, 1 for Ward, JOK, Emerson, and Hall. Block kicks, 1 for Garrett, safety, 1 for Davis, and no touchdowns. Then going over to the yearly awards. MVP, Tyler Montague comes 9th. Coach of the Year, we come 3rd. Offensive Player of the Year is Josh Allen, but Quincy Parnell does come 4th as a rookie. Defensive Player of the Year, Garrett is 3rd and JOK is 8th. Offensive Rookie definitely goes to Quincy Parnell. I mean, he had a great season. And then Max Boyer even came 7th. Not bad. Defensive Rookie of the Year, on the other hand. Didn't have anybody up there. QB 4th. Running back 4th. Receiver 2nd and 7th. O-line, nobody. D-line 3rd and 8th. And then linebackers 2nd. And then DB 6th. And then kicker, no. So going into the playoffs, this is what the team's looking like. Quincy Parnell is up to an 80 overall, and that's with normal dev. Once he gets a dev trait from Offensive Rookie of the Year, he's going to develop into a beast. Boyer is superstar, and then over on defense, yeah, nobody, because we didn't draft anybody with the dev trait. Alright, let's see how far we can make it into the playoffs. So we beat the Colts 10-3. A closer game and a very low scoring game, but we beat them nonetheless. So next, can we beat the Buffalo Bills? So we beat the Bills 20-17. And now moving on to the AFC Championship, we have the Raiders. Okay, let's see, can we beat them? And move on to the Super Bowl for the 4th time in this rebuild. Okay, so I don't know if we won or lost. Oh, we do beat the Raiders 35-29 in the AFC Championship, and we have to go against the Packers, who beat the Seahawks 40-34. So should be another good matchup here. And we have a chance to make history here with a three-peat. That would be crazy. So let's go ahead and look at the Packers roster. QB, they still have Jordan Love, who is a 95. Running back Braylon Allen, who's an 89. Receiving, they have an 86, 85, 84 as their main guys. Tight end, they have an 82. And they also have, I forgot, we traded Christian Burks to them. So they have a pretty decent tight end room, to be completely honest. They have George Kittle, 82, 80 overall Christian Burks, 79 Emmanuel Richard. And then the rookie Zach Gibbs. Be honest, I would probably get Emmanuel Richard some reps. Being 87 speed, really fast. If I was him, I'd let him get, at least tight end 2 reps. And then offensive line, they have an 86, 78, 90, 87, 88. So that left guard is a little weak, but every other position on that O-line is really good. D-line, 73, 84, 80, and 99 D-tackle. Okay, the D-lines, the D-tackles are really good. The edge, the left and right end, not great. Linebackers, 83, 96, 82. So middle linebackers, great. Outside linebackers, not so much. Corners, 86, 83, and then a 74. So they have a great 1-2. They have a great rookie, 83 overall, and then a great number 1. The rookie will probably end up being the number 1 pretty soon. But, 1-2 corner, great, but they don't really have a good number 3. I guess it would be Chris Reynolds, but I probably would put Marshall Rucker there. He's 22 rookie, 90 speed. The other 2 guys are 88 speed and older. Safeties are 89 and 90, so safety group is really good. This is going to be a tough matchup for our team, but hopefully we can push through and win. But we will look at our roster first. Okay, so looking at the offense before the Super Bowl, Parnell goes from normal dev to superstar. And then Montague goes from star to superstar. which is nice. We finally got him to become that great quarterback that he was destined to be. He, we were trying for a long time. We drafted him. He was good, wasn't the craziest guy, but definitely good. And now we've developed him into a top 10 quarterback. Yeah, really good there. And Parnell, just in one season, went from a 70, like a 72, 73 overall, somewhere around there, to an 82, 87 with morale, superstar. You can go ahead and look at his progression history. He went up star dev and then to superstar because of offensive rookie of the year. Probably went to star dev just because of his stats alone. And then winning offensive rookie of the year gave him superstar. Great season. Then over on defense, nothing. It kind of sucks. I was expecting more out of this defense, but I guess it's fine. Okay, we're in here in the first quarter. It's 3rd and 2. And I'm looking here inside zone. Don't really like that, so I think I'm going to switch it to mesh here. And we're going to get it off to Boyer. And going to juke inside, get down to the 30. Boyer's a fast, he's a very athletic tight end. So, don't be scared to get him the ball because he can take off and make something happen with his legs. Gonna give it to Hall. He's gonna grab the first down. Don't need to do nothing crazy here. Just trying to get in the end zone. So don't need to go for any crazy plays. Just get us into the end zone. And we're gonna push forward with Montague, and he's gonna run in for the touchdown. Nice run there. It's 3rd and 7 for the Packers. Trying to get the first down here. And they're going to get there. I just couldn't get there with JOK to stop them. 2nd and 3 here on the 20-yard line for the Packers. Seems to be a pass. They get the first down. Yeah, this is about to be ran into the second quarter after this play. Yeah, run play here. Okay, 4 yards. And going into the second quarter here. Up 7-0. Which is nice. But the Packers seem to be in a position where they will most likely score very soon here. 3rd and 3 there on the 9. This could be a run or a pass. I'm not going to guess here. It's a play action. And he's not going to be in bounds, I don't think. I'm going to go instant replay just to check that myself. And actually, he is in bounds there. So they're probably going to call that back. Tough. Yeah, Green Bay challenges. And it was in. Almost got him out. He really good footwork there with that receiver. Staying in bounds even with that pressure from the DB, or that may have been the safety. Or I don't know, I'm just talking out my ass right now, just whatever comes to mind. And we get a touchdown there. Didn't even have to jump in. Now we're back on defense here. And the Packers on the 30. It's 3rd and 4. And Jordan Love under pressure gets sacked down to the 40-yard line. And it's 14-7 going into halftime. And the Packers have the ball. It's 3rd and 12 on the 30. Jordan Love is trying to get the first down here. try to make a comeback start to happen since they are down by a touchdown. And he's just going to throw this away. Probably settle for a field goal. Yes, they are. It is 3rd down for the Cleveland Browns. And we're going to need to get this first down here to solidify our lead. Gonna get it off to Jerry Jeudy. It is 4th and inches. We're gonna go into the 4th quarter. We could go up by 7. Or we could go and try to get this first down and continue this. And I'm gonna do the crazier one. Even though we are up and we don't get the first down. So the Packers have a chance to go up here actually for the first time this game. But we get a sack. It's 4th and 17. The Packers have to punt. We get the ball back. And we are going to start running this clock down. Get 5 yards there. Gonna wait just a little bit longer here. We'll start this play here. And we're going to take off with Montague. Slide here. You know, just to make sure nothing happens. And we're going to start this chew clock process. Now, I do see 4 verticals happening there. I was tempted to do it, but no need to. As long as nothing crazy happens. I mean, they could still stop us here. They still have a chance to stop us. We get 7 yards there. It's going to be tough, us getting gains like that, though, for them to stop us. There they go. It's 3rd and 2. I'm going to go inside zone here once again. Could go the 4 verticals, but there's no chance of risking that when getting a first down here almost guarantees the win. They're going to have time, though, to go down and try to make something happen. So we're going to try to get a good punt here. Going to get them down to the 14 with 1:44 left. Can we three-peat? Or will we get cut short? And it's dropped by the receiver. Tried to go deep there. And it failed. Interesting try there. Jordan Love under pressure throws it away. It's 3rd down now. He needs to get a first down here to keep this alive. Makes the catch, but is still in bounds. So clock is ticking with a minute left here. With 59 seconds, the ball's dropped. It's still on the 29. Hasn't made a lot of progress here. Gonna get out of bounds. Only getting 2 yards there. Need to make some bigger plays if they want a chance here. They have to get a touchdown. Jordan Love under pressure gets sacked. It's 4th and 14. They're going to have to go for it here. They don't have much of a choice. And they're going to get it. But with not much time left, they might have to go deep shot here. They're going to make the catch, get down to the 39 with 5 seconds left. And we're going to go 3-man deep and try to stop them. Hail Mary here. And it's deflected. So we are able to beat the Packers in the Super Bowl for the three-peat. Looking at the stats here, Tyler Montague, 11 for 18, 165 yards, 61 completion percentage, and a touchdown. Rushing Iglesias, not really nothing on the ground, but Montague did run in for a touchdown. Receiving, nothing too special. And then sacks and defense. Okay, so obviously we beat the Browns 14, or the Packers 14-10. Tyler Montague is Super Bowl MVP. JJ McCarthy NFL MVP. Lynn Wagner Coach of the Year. Puka Nacua Offensive Player of the Year. Aiden Hutchinson Defensive Player of the Year. Quincy Parnell Offensive Rookie, and Thurman Childress Defensive Rookie. Okay, so on offense, after the season, Jerry Jeudy goes down to star, and then nothing else really happens. And then over to defense, Denzel Ward and Martin Emerson Jr. both go down to normal dev. And it sucks because I just signed Martin Emerson Jr. to a 2-year deal. And he's pretty bad now. 30 years old, 78 overall, normal dev. Yeah, not great. And same for Denzel Ward. He's not great, but we'll just have to live with it. We still got Greg Newsome. He's still pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to accept Jimmy Carter's option and Doug Bishop's. And then Greg Newsome is the main guy here for re-signings. And I will give him... First off, does he want to come back? Yes. I will give him 2 years, 21 mil. And he takes it. Nice. Rest of these guys, Denzel Ward, he'll probably retire in the next year. Chase McLaughlin, I'm not too worried about. Yeah, I'll let the rest of these guys go. Okay, there are some nice free agents here. Definitely some older, the top 4 are definitely older guys, but good. And there's some other guys here that are good. So I'll look around, see who I can pick up, and I will be right back. Okay, the only player I'm going for, is Dexter Lawrence. And we do get him nice. So first guy I'm going to pick up is Heath Thompson. Top 5 talent, fast, tall, big, good skills obviously because he is a top 5 talent. Ranked number 4, got him at 32. He's normal dev, but his physicals are so good that we should be able to develop him into somebody crazy. So now I'm going to draft this receiver, Jared Montgomery. Fast, some good physicals and good skills, round 1 talent. And ranked 19, got him at 64, and he's also normal dev. Last pick I'm going to be taking is this corner. He's pretty fast, some good skills, round 1 to 2 talent. And ranked 41, got him at 96, and he's also normal dev. So some really good picks here, 77, 75, and 73. I think the reason none of them had dev traits is just that so many people already have dev traits that Madden only allows so many. So it's kind of stupid like that. The CPU did draft a D tackle, normal dev. But yeah, like I said about the hidden dev stuff, there's just a lot less. So yeah, highest overall players and 80 overall left tackle. And then QBs in this draft, you had a 71, 75, 71, 75, 72. So you had two good ones and then three solid ones. Okay, so I'm trading away Jerry Judy Martin Emerson Jr. and Kenny Combs for a second round pick. So this is what the team looks like going into the next year. Offense looking good as always. And defense also looking good. Corner group a little bit weak, but they're young and should develop. Okay, so we are 6-1 at the midseason with players ready to negotiate with 31 million. There are some big name players here. So you have DeMarcus Crowther, backup tight end. Leo Chenal is the main guy, I think. You also got Ben Scott and Derek Triplett, two really good offensive linemen. Dexter Lawrence and Myles Garrett. Dexter Lawrence we picked up in free agency, gave a 1-year deal, really just like a push, trying to get this team to be really good. Myles Garrett, 35, but still really good at a 91 overall X Factor. And then some backup players and Corey Borjorquez, and then Ben Iglesias, 5th-year option. So let's see who we want to resign. So Ben Scott has been really good. Problem is we don't have a lot of money. So best thing might be just to wait, because Myles Garrett and Dexter Lawrence could both retire at the end of the year, so I'm definitely going to wait on them. Leo Chenal is probably going to regress. I don't need DeMarcus Crowther back. So really it's just these two guys. And Ben Scott has been the best one out of the two. He does want to come back, so I'm just going to bump it up a little bit. 4 years, $66 million. And he does take it. The rest of these guys, I'm going to wait on. So, looking at the stats, 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 68 completion percentage, and 16 sacks. This has potential to be MVP. Rushing 430 yards, 4.8 a carry, and 4 touchdowns for Iglesias. Great year there. Receiving, or great, I say great year, great start so far. Receiving 488 and 5 touchdowns for Hall, 430 and 3 touchdowns for Parnell, 370 and 4 touchdowns for Montgomery. So we're trying to get Montgomery a dev trait here, and he's doing decent. Nothing crazy, but he's doing pretty good. Blocking, you have 7, 4, 3, 2, 0. Defense, Leo Chenal leads the team in tackles with 50. TFLs goes to Ivan Pace Jr. and Myles Garrett with 6. Sacks, Garrett with 11.5. Hall with 8. 6.5 for Bishop. 3 for Lawrence. 1.5 for Chenal. Interceptions, 2 for Newsom. 1 for Thompson. 1 for Pace. 1 for Claiborne. Deflections, Chenal leads the team with 4. Fumbles, none. Safeties, none. Block kicks, none. Touchdowns, none. So Jimmy Carter got X Factor from completing some type of challenge. So that is really good. Okay, so we made the playoffs with a 12-5 record, finishing 5th in the AFC. The Ravens won our division, and the Raiders have the first round bye. So obviously Raiders, Lions with the first round bye. Ravens, Steelers, Texans, Titans, Dolphins, Browns, Seahawks, Niners, Saints, Eagles, Giants, Packers. So 4,600 yards, 36 touchdowns, 7 interceptions with a 72 completion percentage and 47 sacks. Rushing, Ben Iglesias, 920 yards, 4.2 a carry, and 10 touchdowns. Montague with 4 touchdowns on the ground and 360 yards. Receiving, 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns for Montgomery. Parnell with 1,206 touchdowns and 1,010 touchdowns for Hall. So Montgomery might have won Offensive Rookie of the Year. That would have been great. And then Max Boyer with 650 yards and 3 touchdowns. Blocking, you have 15, 12, 11, 7, and 2. Defense, Leo Chenal led the team in tackles with 116. TFLs, Garrett with 15, Bishop with 14, Hall with 13. Sacks, 17.5 for Garrett, 14.5 for Bishop, 14 for Hall, 6.5 for Lawrence, 2.5 for Chenal, and 1.5 for Pace. Interceptions, Newsom with 4, and a couple people with 1. Deflections, Hufanga led the team with 7. Fumbles, none. Block kicks, none. Safeties, none. And touchdowns, none. Now going over to yearly awards. Montague comes 4th in MVP voting. Coach of the Year becomes 2nd. Offensive Player of the Year, Tyler Montague 5th. Defensive Player of the Year, Garrett 3rd. Bishop 4th. Hall 6th. Offensive Rookie goes to Gerard Montgomery, which is huge. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Leon Claiborne 5th. And then Heath Thompson 7th. QB Montague 3rd. 4th. 8th. O-line, we get 9th. D-line 3rd, 4th, 6th. Linebacker, nobody. DB 5th. And then kicker, no. So looking at this team going into the playoffs, looks really good. This offense, great. Montgomery developed great. And then over on defense, the defense looks really good. The corners developed pretty well. Thompson up to an 81 and Claiborne up to a 76. Pretty good. Okay, let's see if we can beat the Miami Dolphins. So we beat the Dolphins 27-24. Can we beat the Ravens? So we make it to the championship again, and I think this is the 3rd time in a row where we go against the Las Vegas Raiders. We beat them twice. Can we beat them a 3rd time in the AFC Championship? Okay, so let's see. So we will, if we make it to the Super Bowl, we will have to go against the Lions. And we do. We beat the Raiders 39-33. Tyler Montague apparently went off with 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. So, yeah, shootout there. And the Lions had a really good game as well. So this time, we have to go against the Lions in the Super Bowl. So we will go ahead and look at their team first. And then we will take a look at our team afterwards. So QB-wise, they have Jared Miles, who's an 89 overall. Really good. They also have a rookie who's 2177 overall. So he's really good too, especially being a rookie. Running back, they have Chris Bush, who's a 90 overall. Slow, but good. Receiver, they still have a Monroe, who's a 99, 88 Terrence Claiborne, 81 Randy Boyce, and then an 80 receiver number 4 who's a rookie. So yeah, they have some not really fast guys. They're all pretty slow and not that big, but they're, good route runners, that type of stuff, can catch the ball. Tight end, they still have Laporta, who's a 97. And then O-line is an 80, 80, 82, 81, 92. So a pretty solid O-line. Right tackle's really good, but other than that, it's just kind of solid. D-line, 88, 83, and then 89, 81. So pretty good O-line, D-line. And then linebackers, 87, 90, and 76. So some good linebackers, other than the right outside linebackers kind of iffy. And then corner, they have a 91, 88, and 83. So corner group, really, really good here. And then safeties, 88 and 92. Really good corners as well. So looking at the team going into the Super Bowl, offense looking great. And Montgomery goes up to star dev, which is huge. That's really good. O-line looking great. Montague looking great. Iglesias looking great. Receivers great. Tight ends great. And then over on defense, safeties, Carter's a beast. Ufanga's still a good safety. Linebackers, Chanel is a beast. Ivan Pace he's still really good. And JOK, he's good. D-line is amazing. And then corners, Greg Newsome goes up to X Factor. And then the two rookies, Thompson's really good at an 82 overall, just didn't develop. And he didn't develop to a better dev trait. And the Claiborne's solid. Nothing crazy. Okay, so let's play the moments in this Super Bowl. Okay, so we are in now. And it's third down. The Lions are 3rd and 5. They're going to bring us in. They are on the 38-yard line. So they are in field goal range, but they are obviously trying to get this first down here. And they have Laporta open, who slips off some tackles and gets the first down and more. We're going to run a blitz here, see if we can put any pressure on this quarterback to make a bad read. In motion, the tight end. And that was not a good cut back inside from Carter. We give up a touchdown to the Lions, but we get one in return. It is now 3rd and 5 once again, and the Lions are trying to go back up. There is a flag, may have been holding. We will see. Holding, defense. That is huge for us. So, of course, we are going to accept that. And we are going to... which play do I want to run? We are going to run one hole press. Actually, no, we're going to switch over to cover 3 sky. Definitely a pass here. And under some pressure, the quarterback's going to try to take off and get down to the 44. This is probably punt territory, and yes, it is. Turn the ball back and forth. We're down at the 20. We're going to try to make something happen here if we are able to. Not going to force anything. Just get out of bounds with the tight end there. 2nd and inches. Down to the 30. Yeah, just don't force anything. Take it slow. Gonna get it out. He's gonna slip away, get down to the 36. And we're gonna go strong flood here. Switch over to 4 verticals because I see maybe we're gonna call a timeout here. And I think I'm gonna try here for a deep pass. 4 verticals. Send one guy going inside. Looking for Parnell. Gonna get around the corner here. And get 1 yard. The Lions will call a timeout here, giving us enough time to run this play once again to see if we can get somebody open. Once again, it's offsides, and we're going to launch this off to Parnell. But we will get a chance, because of that offsides, to get one more play in. So we will go one more play. 4 verticals. They're obviously going to try to stop us the best they can here. But if Parnell can get the separation, and he can't make the catch there, just trying to get some more points. It's fine though. We're gonna run inside and defend the short pass, and they're gonna let us return this kick. Interesting. Normally we don't get to, but they will let us return this kick here, going into halftime, and we're gonna get a pretty good return, getting down to the 35 there. Gonna sim some. It is 3rd and 8. We have a chance to get a touchdown here if we can get this first down. So let's see. And he catches that ball. A weird catch animation there, but he does catch the ball. We still have a chance to get a touchdown here and go up by a touchdown, which would be huge for us. We're gonna get 4 yards there. We're gonna go levels. Look how this thing looks. Not great, so we're gonna switch to an inside zone. And we pick up the first down to the 1 yard line. We're gonna go halfback dive and try to punch this in with the Glacius. Handoff here. He gets knocked around and doesn't get in. Still at the 1 yard line. We will go halfback dive once again. See if we can get it the second time. Second time is a charm, but I think there's a holding call, which will back us up some yards, which sucks. Holding on offense, obviously. Sean Steen back to the 11 yard line. That absolutely sucks. Okay, let's see what we can get done here. Looking for the tight end, and he drops the ball there. That's not what you want to see in that type of situation. You don't want to see a drop in that situation. That's a major play. We're going to try to get this out to Glacius. Going to cut back inside for the blocks and get down to the 3 yard line. It's 4th and goal. Do we go for this? We're crazy. We're crazy. We're going to go for it, but the question is, do we run it or throw it? I'm going to trust Glacius, and he's going to get stopped short down to the 1 yard line. We can't punch it in, but they turn it over down to the 12 there. And we're looking to see if we can get a touchdown for the second time here. Second time's the charm. We fumble, gets knocked into the end zone. Their team picks it up, and they kneel it. They're down to the 20. This game is all over the place. It's very low scoring, but we get the ball back once again. Down to the 46. We're gonna try to run this clock out, go halfback screen. We get 2 yards there. We don't need to go too fast, but not too slow either. We're gonna run with an inside zone here with the Glacius. Gonna cut back inside for about 5 yards. And we're gonna try to run one more play before halftime. And it's an interception. That is unfortunate there. The Lions are gonna try to drive down and get a touchdown with that. Only getting 1 yard there. 2-minute warning. They get 1 yard. This is a very, very bad Super Bowl. I would hate to have to watch this Super Bowl. It's 7-7 in the 4th quarter. And gonna get the first down there and get out of bounds. Clock is not running because of that.
All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Sam Laporta catches it and holds on for 4 yards. but we get a sack there. It's 3rd and 13. They need a huge first down here, and it's intercepted down to the 22. We have a chance once again, but we have to drive down and get some points. Catches the ball. We're going to hurry up here. Try to keep this thing going. Motion over Iglesias. And the pressure gets to him. We're going to call a timeout here. We can't have this clock running here. And we are going to go post wide dig. I don't know if I like this play though. I'm actually going to switch over to PA crossers. And more pressure. I don't even have time to get this ball off. We're going to call one more timeout. We're going to go for a deep pass, 4 verticals, and see what we can get done here. And we can't catch it, which means that we're going to have to punt this ball with 30 seconds left. Pretty good punt, but got some pretty good blocks there. Got down to the 40, so they need about 20 yards here. And they can't do it, we go into overtime. We have another chance down at the 15-yard line to make this happen. Let's see if it can happen here. Makes the catch there for the first down. We're going to throw it up. Oh, just not enough power on that ball. If there was a little bit more power, that could have been something great right there. We're going to run it here with Iglesias. Getting 8 yards. We're going to run it one more time. This is risky. I don't like this play, but I don't really see anything open. But we're going to get the first down and a little bit more down to the 41, about 5 yards there. Going to keep on winning this ball. It's been doing us pretty good. And unlucky blocks. Wow. Back to the 40. Let's see what we can get done. We're going to send Iglesias back out. Okay, we get 3 there. 3 yards there. Not the worst, not the best. We're at the 43, but we need a lot more if we want to win this game. Gonna get it out and get 4th and inches. We have to go for it here. This is make it or break it here. We are gonna go run. ISO. Halfback dive. Can we get in for the first down? We're going to truck forward and get even more than we needed. We're going to get about 9 yards there. And we are almost in field goal range if we're not already. Pushing forward for 2. Let's see. Okay, a good pass there down to the 22. Okay. See if we can get another good ball here. Another good play. Gonna get 6. Gonna keep it moving. End of this regulation. We've only the scoreboard is still 7-7, and we are in halftime. Not halftime. We are in overtime. Sorry, I said halftime for some reason. Crazy.
We are in true sudden death here.
But we are in scoring position here. Just trying to make this as easy as possible. And we're going to literally get down to the one. And I think we're just going to hand this ball off. And let Iglesias run this in for the touchdown. And we get it. And we win 14 or 13-7 technically. 14 if we were able to kick the extra point and if we made it. But we win here. And quarterback play, not the greatest. 200 yards, 67 completion percentage, no touchdowns and an interception. Iglesias 85 yards and a touchdown. Receiving fine, sacks we allowed 5. But defense, I think what you get here, I mean, I really don't know how we scored 2 touchdowns, to be completely honest. We forced a fumble and got an interception, but I don't know how we got 2 touchdowns. Because rushing we only got 1, passing we only got 1. I will go ahead and look though in highlights back in the second quarter and see if I can find what happened to get us that touchdown. Okay, so Quincy Parnell, this is what happened. The Lions punted and a 68-yard return by Quincy Parnell for a touchdown. I think you have to give him freaking Super Bowl MVP just because of that. So obviously we beat the Lions 13-7. Ben Iglesias wins Super Bowl MVP. Our running back, Brock Purdy MVP. Braden Williamson Coach of the Year. Puka Nacua Offensive Player of the Year. Jason Roach Defensive Player of the Year. Gerard Montgomery Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Otis Hodges Defensive Rookie of the Year. So right now we are on a 4-peat. We won in 28 against the Lions, 1 in 29 against the Rams, 1 in 30 against the Packers, and we beat the Lions again. And I believe we won one other time before that. Yeah, we beat the Lions 3 times. We beat them in 26, 28, and 31. Very, very good matchup. Very good rivalry against the Lions in the Super Bowl, to be honest. We beat them 3 times in the Super Bowl. So they're definitely going to want the revenge if we see this matchup once again. Okay, so offense, obviously you had Montgomery go up to star dev. But everybody else looks the exact same. Maybe some progressions and regressions here and there, but nothing major on the offense. And then over on defense, this is where you have more of the major issues. JOK and Hufanga both go down to normal regret. Devin regress heavily. And then Myles Garrett retires. That's a big one right there. Okay, so I am going to accept Ben Iglesias' 5th-year option. And then Leo Chenal, I'll give 4 years, $148 million, and he does take it. And that leaves me with just enough to franchise tag Derek Triplett. Or really just franchise tag anybody. But I think if we're going to franchise tag anybody, it has to be Derek Triplett. Youngest, highest overall. Just has all the qualities that you would want for somebody that you're franchise tagging. So I am going to not free agent, but franchise tag Derek Triplett here. And that's going to be it. I will go ahead and look at free agency, even though I won't be able to sign anybody from it. Actually, maybe I will be now. For some reason, we just got a lot of money, which might have meant somebody retired, but we do have 16 million now. So there are some players here, and I will see maybe if I want to re-sign one of them. Or not re-sign, but sign one of them. Okay, I'm gonna go for two players, Joe Aldridge and Kenny Combs. Not the craziest signings, but good enough. One, because Miles Garrett retired, and also Hufanga retired, and same for JOK. So they both retired. So we need a new safety, a new strong safety, and another linebacker. So getting this guy makes it easier, so I have less things to grab in the draft. So let's see if we can actually get him. And we get Joe Aldridge, but Kenny Combs once more. So I'll give him 3 years and I can bump this up maybe to that. And that's the most he can get from me. Any signs. That's huge. Okay, with my first pick, I'm going to pick up George Devine, a linebacker. We need another one. And he's really fast with some good skills. Ranked 42, got him at 32. He's normal dev, but he has a chance to develop into a beast. Okay, my next pick is going to be Jalen Favors. A really good D tackle. Need another one since we don't have Dexter Lawrence no more. Ranked 75. Got him at 38, but he is hidden dev. I think the last pick I'm going to take is Deshaun DuBois. He's 6'4", 189, 22 years old. Not the fastest, but not slow, and some decent skills. He's a really good man guy. Ranked 41. Got him at 64. He'll be fine. So the linebacker was a 73, 71 D tackle, 73 corner, and a 70 running back from the CPU who's solid, not great though. And then looking at the whole NFL, the best overall player was an 80, and then some solid players, quarterbacks. You didn't really have no great ones. You had 3 solid ones at 72 overalls. But nothing crazy. They're all drafted in the second round. No big name guys. Okay, so I'm trading away Woodford, Claiborne, and Hayward for Griggs and Mahone, but that's only for salary cap purposes. So looking at the team going into this next season, offense looks great. No changes at all, I don't believe. And then over on defense, you now have Devine as your new right outside linebacker. You have Aldridge as your new strong safety. You have Griggs as your new corner 3, and Favors as your new D tackle 2, and Combs as your new left end. So we are 2-5 of the midseason, not doing well this season. Jimmy Carter wants to be re-signed. Derek Triplett, Doug Bishop, Sean Steen, Aaron Griggs, Greg Newsome, Ivan Pace, and some backups. Okay. Interesting. So Jimmy Carter is the main one that I want to bring back. But I don't know if we can get him back. Because we could give him, 6 years? We could give him that, but that we don't even have the money for that. Like, we go neutral 6 years. Yeah, we don't even have the money for that. We could do this. And he does take that, but that leaves us with no money for anybody else. So we're just going to have to wait till the end of the season for them. So Tyler Montague, 1,700 yards, 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions with a 65 completion percentage and 15 sacks. Rushing, Ben Iglesias, 400 yards and 4.8 a carry, 2 touchdowns. Low on the touchdowns, good on the yards and yards per carry. Receiving, Hall leads the team with 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, 400 yards and 3 touchdowns for Parnell, 330 and 4 touchdowns for Montgomery, and 270 and 3 touchdowns for Boyer. Blocking, you have 6-3-2-2-1. George Devine leads the team in tackles with 57. TFLs, that goes to Favors with 10. Sacks, 4 for Hall, 2.5 for Combs, 2 for Chenal. 1.5 for Favors, 1.5 for Bishop, and 1 for Aldridge. Interceptions, 1 for Aldridge, 1 for Thompson, 1 for Carter. Deflections, Aldridge leads the team in deflections with 5. Fumbles 1 for Chanel, block kicks 1 for Eubanks, safeties none, and touchdowns none. Okay, so we don't make the playoffs with a 9-8 record. Raiders and Packers with the first round bye. Titans, Steelers, Ravens, Texans, Bills, Colts, Giants, Cowboys, Panthers, Falcons, and Rams, Vikings. Okay, 4,100 yards, 38 touchdowns, 9 interceptions with a 69 completion percentage and 36 sacks. Rushing, Ben Iglesias, 1,000 yards, 4.6 a carry. Only 6 touchdowns, though. Receiving, 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns for Parnell. 996 and 6 for Hall. 950 and 11 for Montgomery. And 560 and 9 for Boyer. Sacks, 10, 7, 7, 6, 5. Divine leads the team in tackles with 131. TFLs goes to Mike Hall with 19, 15 for Favorites, 13 for Combs, and 12 for Bishop. 13 and a half sacks for Hall, 9 for Bishop, 6 for Combs, 3.5 for Favors, 2.5 for Chanel. Interceptions, 2 for Aldrich, Thompson, and Carter, 1 for Chanel and Griggs. Deflections, Divine leads the team with 8. Fumbles, 1 for Thompson, 1 for Chanel. Block kicks, 1 for Eubanks, 1 for Bowie. Safeties none, touchdowns none. Yearly awards, we don't make it up there for MVP. Same for Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year, we don't make it up there. Defensive Player of the Year, we come 6th with Mike Hall Jr. Offensive Rookie, Terrell Franklin, 5th. Defensive Rookie, George Devine, 1st. Favors, 2nd. And then QB, 5th. Running back, 5th. Receiver, go back to the AFC. Receiver, 10th. O-line, no. D-line, 6th. Linebacker, no. And DB, no. And then kicker, we come 1st. The Bills beat the Giants 40-14. Greg Rousseau, Super Bowl MVP. Caleb Williams, MVP. Braden Williamson, Coach of the Year. Jamar Chase, Offensive Player of the Year. Braden Fisk, Defensive Player of the Year. David Linton, Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Calvin Ware, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, so looking at the offense after the season, nothing really changed. It's about the exact same. No progressions, no regressions, and depth traits. Going over to defense. Okay, Divine goes from normal to superstar. Aldridge, superstar. Pace down to normal. Favors is an X factor. And Newsome went down to star. Okay, so we have no money to re-sign anybody. So we're going to have to let go of Triplet, Bishop, Steen, Griggs, Newsome, Pace, and then some backups. So free agency rolls around and we have money now. So we might see what we can do when it comes to signing players. Okay, so I'm going for 4 players. I'm going for Cedric Hillard, Aaron Griggs, Alexander Johnson, and Victor Brothers. And we get 3. We get the right guard, the left end, and the corner. So we don't get the who was it? We don't get the linebacker, which it's fine. Yeah, we don't get Hillard, which is fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Getting 3 of the 4 is great. Okay, with my first pick, I'm gonna go with Desmond Henson. Looks pretty good, fast, and some good skills. And rank 7 got him at 18, but he is normal dev. Next pick I'm going with is BJ Burrows. Looks really good, quite fast, and good skills around 1 to 2 talent. Rank 45, got him at 50. Is normal dev, but he should be good. Okay, last guy I'm going to take is Jesse Seymour. Round 3 to 4 talent, nothing crazy. But we do need an offensive lineman. He's just good enough to start. Okay, so the corner's a 77, the middle linebacker's a 73, and the guard is a 70. The CPU didn't really draft anybody that good. Highest overall player 83, and then an 82, and then a 79, 78, and then some 77s. Quarterbacks, you have a 72, so you have a solid, a good, and then a great quarterback. You have a great, solid, good. So only three notable quarterbacks, a great one, a good one, and a solid one. Okay, so this is gonna be the last season of this rebuild. Going into it, looking at the roster, offense, quarterback Montague, amazing, 95 overall. Iglesias, 94 overall, amazing. And then receivers, 88, 87, and 84, really good. O-line, it's O-line, the inside of it's really good. The tackles, not so much. Tight end Boyer is a dog, 86 overall. Defense, the linebackers, Chanel is still really good. Divine's getting there. Burrows, maybe he has a chance. Safeties, Carter's amazing, and Aldridge is good. This D line, D tackles amazing. Defensive ends solid, and then corners solid. We are not doing great this season. Starting the midseason at 1-6, with some players ready to negotiate, but we have no money. You have Ben Iglesias, Quincy Parnell, Max Boyer, Hayden Sherwood, and then some backups. So yeah, and then Heath Thompson's 5th-year option as well. Yeah, some big players there. And then looking at the stats and awards, Tyler Montague, 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with a 68 completion percentage and 21 sacks. Iglesias, 316, 4 touchdowns, 4 yards a carry. 480 and 4 touchdowns for Parnell, 400 and a touchdown for Montgomery, 320 and 5 touchdowns for Hall, and 260 and a touchdown for Boyer. And then blocking 95222. BJ Burrows leads the team in tackles with 44. TFLs goes to Mike Hall with 9. Sacks 8.5 for Hall, 5.5 for Favors. Interceptions, none. Deflections, Griggs leads the team with 4. Fumbles, none. Block kicks, none. Safeties, none. Touchdowns, none. So we finished 5-12. Really bad. Obviously, we don't make the playoffs. Looking at the playoff bracket, it's Bills, Giants with a first round bye, Chiefs, Dolphins, Titans, Chargers, Steelers, Jags, Vikings, Seahawks, Bucks, Eagles, Niners, Cowboys. Now going to look at the stats and awards. Montague, 3,900 yards, 30 touchdowns with 15 interceptions and 68 completion percentage, 49 sacks. Rushing, 877 yards, 4.3 carry, and 8 touchdowns for Iglesias. 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns for Parnell. 870 and 5 touchdowns for Montgomery. 870 and 9 touchdowns for Hall. And 704 touchdowns for Boyer. Blocking 23, 8,754. BJ Burrows led the team in tackles with 112. Mike Hall and Kenny Combs with 13 TFLs led the team. Mike Hall 14.5 sacks, 10 for Favors, 5 for Johnson, 4.5 for Combs, 3.5 for Chanel, and 2.5 for Burrows. 1 interception for Chanel, Aldridge, Carter's, and Dubois or Dubose. Griggs led the team in deflections with 9. Fumbles, 1 for Aldridge, 1 from Whitfield. Block kicks, 1 for Whitfield, 1 for Burrows. Safeties, none. Touchdowns, 1. Yearly awards, we are not up there for MVP, not up there for Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year, we're not up there. Defensive Player of the Year, 5th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Khalil Gardner is 10th. Defensive Rookie of the Year, 4th with Burrows, and 8th with Henson. Best QB, we don't make it up there. Running back, Iglesias 10th. Receiver, no. O-line, no. D-line, 5th. Linebacker, no. DB, no. And kicker, 2nd. So the Bills beat the Bucks 31-24. Patrick Mahomes is Super Bowl MVP. JJ McCarthy MVP. Mac Williams Coach of the Year. Jamar Chase Offensive Player of the Year. Eli Mills Defensive Player of the Year. Jamal Burton Offensive Rookie, and Chris Best Defensive Rookie. And before we leave, let's just show the dynasty that we built. So we won in 2031, 2030, 2029, 2028. 4 Super Bowls in a row. We don't make it in 2070, but in 2026 we win. So we've won 5 Super Bowls in the span of 6 years. 5 and 10 years technically, but 4 in a row, 5 and 6 years. So looking at the roster after everything is finished, Montague is starting to regress now, going down to star dev. He is 31, so he's slowly starting to regress. Had a really good career though, but is slowly starting to regress. Made it to that top 5 QB ranking. Maybe was top 4, top 3 before he regressed, but he is starting to regress. Is 31 now, so it makes sense. This team is still really good though, but we have no money and a lot of people want contracts, so this team probably is gonna fall apart. And then over on defense, defense. I mean, the problem on offense was your tackles. To be honest, really, that left tackle was not good that I picked up in free agency. And then on defense, what it really was is just we had so many just not amazing players. We had Burrows, who was fine. Chanel regressed down from X Factor to star. And then the corners are just fine, nothing crazy. So this team is still really good, but it's not in a great situation for the future. Mainly because we have no money and a lot of people want contracts. And the last thing I'm going to look at before ending this video is the records. I know I think Montague broke one of the rookie records, I think, for passing touchdowns in the whole NFL, and Myles Garrett led the NFL in sacks for a career. But looking over at just the Browns, passing yards, Montague 37,660 passing yards. Most in Browns history for a career. Same for touchdowns there. Montague 320. And then Jerry Jeudy with the most amount of receptions. With 680. Then Garrett with the most amount of sacks, 249. And then going over to season, you have Montague he had almost a 4,600 yard season. And then he had a 43 touchdown season. And then Parnell had a 17 touchdown. And then Jerry Jeudy had a 121 reception season. And Myles Garrett had a 30 sack season. And then in game, we didn't break any of those records. Rookie season, Montague broke both of those records for quarterbacks. With 4,000 yards and 34 touchdowns, he broke both of the rookie season records. And then Parnell broke all 3 of the receiver records there, with 1,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 84 receptions. And then rookie game, Montague broke both of the quarterback ones with a 418-yard game and 5 touchdown game. And then Quan James, a receiver that we drafted at the very beginning of the rebuild, if y'all remember, broke the receiving yard and touchdown catches for a receiver in a game with 183 yards and 3 touchdowns, and then Montgomery broke the receptions and he got 11 receptions. But that is going to be the end of this rebuild. If you like today's rebuild, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and leave a comment if you enjoyed. Goodbye.